Hey, everybody. It is Farm Girl Scavenger, and we're just waiting for Lissa to join us, Lissa Morris, otherwise known as Baubles, Blings, and Needful Things, and she will be here shortly. And if this is the first time that you have happened upon my channel, my name is Noelle, and I go by Farm Girl Scavenger on Instagram, Facebook for Business, YouTube, and I buy and sell used and vintage items on eBay to support my family. Anyway, I have created this Wednesday night broadcast, and it will become a fairly long playlist with one of my good friends, Lissa Morris, and we are picking a subject every week to talk about, and we're not going into a lot of depth, but we're just sharing things that some people may not even think about that you walk by all the time. So hopefully tonight, hi Lynn, how are you? Happy hump day to you as well. I don't know what is going on here. You're coming in. I need to go back to my screen over here. Carl, how are you, buddy? Boy, I have the weirdest look on my... Uh-oh. I need to go back to my screen over here. Carl, how are you, buddy? Jeez Louise. There we go. For some reason, that is so weird. Anyway, I was just talking to Lissa. She will be here shortly, and we'll get this party started. But tonight we're talking about linens, and that is going to include vintage fabrics, vintage tablecloths, vintage aprons, and we could be going way back vintage, and we could just be going 20 years back. Bed sheets, curtains, kitchen towels, bath towels, pot holders, whether it be this kind of a pot holder or a more modern one. What else do I have here? Fabric. I think that about covers it for what I've got here. I don't know how much exactly Lissa has. I don't know where she is. Gonna have to find out what's going on. She's probably attempting to get on, and would be my guess. I'll see what's going on. Otherwise, we'll just start in, and she will join right in the fold. Did you guys get alerts at all? I'm just curious, because it seems like sometimes they're going out and sometimes they're not. But we'll see if that, she's probably having trouble with her beeputer. That's what my niece called it when she was little, the beeputer. Hello, Marie. How are you? I don't have the bell on. I just noticed you lie. I do lie. Let's just get that out there. We all do. Just teasing. Hi, Gina. You got your notification? Woot, woot. I'm trying to figure out why everything in my chat on StreamYard is highlighted blue. Oh, there we go. Never mind. There she is. Are you ready?
As ready as I'm going to be. I couldn't find my glasses.
Oh, sometimes things look better without the glasses.
Yeah, but I can't read.
Sometimes that fuzzy makes me feel better when I'm looking in the mirror. That's all I can say.
Well, I kind of want to read what people say, so.
Oh man. Ugh. Now we have the chat Nazis here. I'm just teasing. It's so great to have either Lissa talking and me looking at the chat, or me talking and Lissa looking at the chat, or Marie yelling at us from the chat, because she always gets my attention. It's nice to have help, because we all know, as I say frequently, I need help.
Oh, we need lots of help.
So
I don't mind watching the chat.
We have Lynn, disability positive, if you don't know her first name. Carl is from Canada, and Miss Marie, and Gina, and Mike is in here. Game Masters Vault. Oop, I see you. Mike is in here. That is Game Masters Vault. Hola! He's a nerd. So
Hola.
My boys are nerds. So hola, nerd. Karen's at the beach. Karen, you're not really at the beach though right now, are you? Karen's daughter got engaged this weekend. I believe that was you that I saw that. Let's see, Marie tried trying to get ready for the flea this weekend with little ones everywhere. Been there, and I'm not gonna. Yes, how is everybody tonight? I'm gonna be losing my sweatshirt here soon. It's starting to get hot. Going to get up into the 90s by Monday, it looks like, which is that's a heat wave here in Washington. I can tell you that.
You can keep that heat.
We don't usually get this warm this early, but I'll be working out. I'm going to be, let's see. I need it that way. I gotta rearrange my schmamera. I'll be working at my aunt's most of the weekend, getting her place up, because I have let it go for 4 weeks and I'm scared to go over there, to honestly tell you. I'm pretty sure that the grass is knee deep, and I'm not joking. No beach at night, too many bugs. Oh, for sure. All right.
Up with my camera.
So, I know, huh? I know what the
I don't know, for some reason I'm just trying not to get glare, and
that's better. I had my little light was shining too much. It was giving me a halo, which we know I don't have. Just putting that out there.
It's your radiant personality, Noelle.
I don't pay anybody to mow, Carl, because unlike your sick self, I enjoy it. Just saying. Everybody leaves me alone. It's peace and quiet. I get my little head whatever, my little head. I used to have headphones, but my son bought me the whatever the hell. Yeah, those things. For Christmas this year, because my other set died, only one side worked. And I put those on, and sometimes I listen to the same song on repeat for 8 hours because it's just that good. I'm not joking. It's been known to happen. It was towards the end of May before you could mow. Mower problems almost needed a baling attachment to. Well, if I don't get over there and get the back half of the 5 acres done, I will have to have somebody come in with a bush hog. And I hate it when I have to do that, because they never listen to me. They always mow something over they're not supposed to. How hard is it when you literally walk somebody around and point everything out? How freaking hard is that? I'm just saying. So, and it rained like yesterday. It rained so hard it hailed. Yeah. Let me just tell you something. Dren was out there in shorts, in the mud puddle. If you guys have all seen the video,
little mud puddle.
He was in that, and that mud puddle is dried up now. He played in that mud puddle for almost 4 hours yesterday. Hi, Kathy. How are you? He had a watering can. He had a little tote. He had all of his little guys out there singing away, having a good time. I say, let him be.
Hi, Kathy.
Anyway, so I don't know the cutest. I know he is. He and that mud puddle are best friends. I'm telling you, that mud puddle has gotten a lot of action from both of my grandkids. And you know what? I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to get wet and they're going to go get in the tub or the shower where they're going to have even Dren's like his dad. His dad would lay down in the shower and sing and play with toys. I'd be like, he would be in there for 45 minutes or an hour if I'd let him. Telling you. Anyway, and come out. Why is my skin itches? Really? So I got a lot of linens at the last estate sale I went to. I had a lot of linens before. I wanted to go to storage today to get a specific box of linens that I have there. It did not happen. You're going to an estate sale this weekend. Teach me some sweet linens. I absolutely will. So I have linens dating from the 70s, 80s, and 90s all the way back further. And you guys are going to be amazed at some of this stuff. And Lissa has some linens too. I brought and some vintage fabric. And I brought one piece that we're going to talk about at the end because Lissa and I have been talking to you guys about doing something on quilts. So we may do quilts next week unless Lissa has a better idea of something to do. But Lissa's got a lot of quilts too, so that may be the best thing to do for next week while we
I have wool blankets. I only have a few quilts, but I've got wool blankets.
Wool blankets and quilts. So I didn't bring any wool blankets like Pendletons or any of that kind of stuff in. So maybe we'll do blankets and quilts next week because you guys are going to start finding a lot of that stuff at
wool blankets, man.
Money. Sales. And it doesn't matter if they have tags on them. If you can tell if they're wool. So, and anyway, so we'll possibly be doing that. I have to check with the boss. Jeez. I gotta get my finger things going here. Poo poo, whatever. That one. I can never get it right. Oh, Hudson Bay.
There's more than that, Carl.
That's because you're from Canada, and that's where Hudson Bay resides. And you know that Hudson Bay doesn't just make blankets, right? They make jackets, and they make purses, and they make backpacks, and they even have ceramic mugs. I sold one for $40 a couple weeks ago. Not sure
if they have the sheep attached.
Mike, Game Master's Vault is Mike. Harry, how are you? Harry knows about wool blankets. Anyway, Mike is from Canada as well. Canada
in the house.
We are represented. I'm sure Kata will be in here sooner or later, and that Carter and Scotty usually pops in too. So let's see. What do you have there?
What do I got?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can start with the 1970s.
Show me what you got, Lissa.
Wow, flashbacks to the bar in the 90s. Okay. Okay. Any estate sale just about you go to, you're going to see sheets. Most people just go, it's bed stuff. Sheets. Well, some sheets are better than other sheets. We're not talking your grandma's floral or whatever. Anything kitschy. Anything kitschy, anything, that you might have had as a kid or a teenager, memories, anything marketed, some people in here might remember, okay, like Transformers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Ugh, my sister had Backstreet Boys. Any of those printed stuff, anything printed. Now
Holly Hobby.
Oh, I had a Holly Hobby sleeping bag. Yeah.
Scooby-Doo, Mickey Mouse, any of that. Yep.
Star Wars sheet.
You better be Carl, that does not surprise me. Oh.
Got some Clive and Kitty. This be the happy 1970s.
I have a bunch of that, but not in linens, right?
Oh, I think this is I think it's a twin. It might be a full, but it's both sheets. And I think there's a pillowcase or two in here. Now that I drug these out, now I'm going to have to list them. Thanks, Noelle.
You're welcome.
They've been in storage for 5 years. So, but anything, anything with a print, and especially, any nostalgia. And they don't even have to be in the bestest of condition. I mean, yeah, okay, bedwetting stains, you try to get that out, but you can actually cut down sheets and make pillowcases. People just like the material. What, Noelle?
OxyClean will get those bedwetting stains out.
The OxyClean made by Orange Glow. The vintage stuff.
I know, but not all of us are as on it as you. I'm talking to Mike, Game Master's Vault.
Oh, I see that.
Here's some sheets. These are actually shams.
See?
I have, and you guys, sheets are, you can pick up a vintage sheet, and that sucker's torn right down the middle. I guarantee you better buy it anyway. Somebody's going to buy it, and they're going to tear it apart and use it for a quilting strip. They're going to use it for whatever. A lot of the sheet sets, if you just get the pillowcases, you just get the flat sheet, you just get the bottom sheet, you darn well probably should buy it, because a lot of times you're paying next to nothing for it. These ones right here.
Yeah, there's money in them linen closets. And usually linens, they'll have them $3-4, at the most.
You're looking for Canon, you're looking for Sears, you're looking for Wards, you're looking for J.C. Penney's. I was trying to look and see if lots of times the pillowcases will have a sheet in them, and these ones don't. A sheet, that was good. A tag in them, and not necessarily always are you going to find a tag in the sheet itself. And this does not matter. There's no stretch left in this elastic on this fitted sheet. Nobody cares. Mm-mm. They really don't care, because today's mattresses are not the same thickness, as we all know, as the mattresses that these sheets fit. But you can I have the whole set of that, and I believe it's queen size, and I should be able to get, I don't even look at the thread counts. I don't know, some of the high thread count sheets wrinkle like a mother scruffer. They absolutely do. I don't, if you're, I'm not going to talk about any of the newer stuff. Now, there is vintage Pottery Barn. There is vintage Martha Stewart. Oh, holy moly.
Yeah.
Then there's Shabby Chic. That is a brand. And
I've sold some Ralph Lauren sheets for $100. I picked them up brand new in the packet for $5 at a garage sale. This right here is just the bottom sheet. It's just the fitted sheet. I should be able to get $20 for this, just like it is. And actually on this one, I was looking to see if there was a tag right here close by. I really don't. Some of the tags, obviously you're going to get a name brand in it, and it's going to bring you more money. Here is one that's just the top sheet. Oh, wow. Flashback to the 70s and my poster canopy bed.
Yep. This is actually this is a brand that you probably should look for. Burlington Never Iron Gold Star, 50% polyester, 50% cotton. Let's see if I can get this up here. Can you see that? I can't see.
Yeah, that's good.
You can just tell, when you see a tag like that that's in orange and rust and brown, you have a vintage sheet on your hands. And if you can't tell just by the fabric, so somebody will buy this. They might have had this when they were a kid. Somebody will buy this to use for the backing, the whole backing piece of a quilt. Somebody will buy this to do stuff like I did. Where did I put it? This last year, I bought all kinds of vintage fabric to make masks with. This piece of fabric, I had enough to make, there was just pieces left over. It was stuffed in a box out in the garage, actually in a shed with a bunch of other fabric pieces. And I had enough fabric to make 8 masks of little tiny bits and pieces. I just grabbed every little piece of this because this is completely vintage.
Hi, Boatman.
Hey, Boatman. Sorry. So people buy these little scraps of sheets, you know, so that when I say if you pick up a sheet and it's really lightly worn or heavily worn in the center, like you can almost see through it, it's really, you're not going to get obviously as much as you would if it was in great condition, but don't discount the fact that that will sell.
And I was going to mention that when I did a garage sale a number of years ago, I came across a bunch of the sheets that, you know, they had that wear spot, you know, where your bum just rubbed it thin, you know, because you love the sheets. They were adorable. They had little sheep everywhere, and then every couple sheep had a black sheep facing the other way.
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, they were full set of sheets, but it had that one hole. So I just threw those in a free box in the driveway, and a couple other sheets were along the same lines. There was some kitten material, and then it was little baby blankies like with ducks. And this woman just got so excited. She was like, "Is this really free?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, it's all worn in the middle and that. She goes, "Oh, I don't care." And I said, "What are you going to do with that?" And she said, "I just use the good parts of it." And I forget what she was making, little pillows or something for babies in nurseries or something. I forget what it was. But I was like, you know, I don't know why I never thought of doing that. Cutting out the good material.
This is a tag right here you really want to look for.
Canon.
And this is one of their earlier ones. Do you actually see the Canon on there? Made in the USA. This is percale.
Yeah, you know it's vintage if it's made in the USA.
And if it's orange, yellow, and green.
Oh, Grandma's linen closet again.
Brings you right back to the Partridge Family and the Brady Bunch. I can only say. All right. At least he wasn't in your bed. That's hilarious. So one thing that I had pulled up on my other screen is, I am really fuzzy, aren't I? Oop, doop, doop, doop. We need to go back to this one. Nope. This one. There we go. If you type into Google, or say it however you prefer to do, new old stock is very good, and we'll talk about that in a minute too, or what you really should call it is dead stock, because it's not new old stock. It's really truly dead stock. It's been stashed away somewhere. So I typed into Google, what are vintage linens? Who knows what your idea of vintage linen and mine is? I mean, you might be thinking blankets, you might be thinking something else. Have a good night, Harry. Don't work too hard, and have a great yard sale and weekend. So the first thing that pops up is some vintage linens are very simple, white or natural color cotton or linen, either in a solid color with a simple stripe, while others are more intricate with embroidery or lace trim. The collars are exquisite. Collecting vintage napkins is a wonderful way to add personality and interest to a table, which, you know, I'm all about not doing that anymore because I have grandkids. But I do use fabric placemats that my mother made, because I would rather, they're thick and they're made out of a batik and they're quilted, because that's what she does. And it's easier to take one of those because Dren is not, he's 7. It's easier to throw that in the washing machine than it is a whole tablecloth. Hi, Sandy. How are you? So going from that, so we were doing that. So let me grab, I have 2. She was talking about transformers and that kind of stuff. Anything that is 20 years old or older is vintage. Anything that is 100 years old is antique. So we are in the year 2021. That means anything from 2001 back is considered vintage. So I have a couple. See if I can.
Aren't we all, Mike?
Let's see. So this actually is Scooby-Doo. And a lot of them will have a date stamped on them somewhere on one of the pictures. It's not going to be on all of them, but somewhere. And I don't know that I ever found this one, but I did look this up. I paid $2 for it. It is a twin size Scooby-Doo, and there are many different ones. I don't know how well you guys can see this. And it's got this on the other side. I did look this one up, and it's going for about $80, and I need to get this listed as well. And then the other one that I wanted to show is, we all know this guy, Buzz Lightyear.
Oh,
right?
That stuff's hot. The kids of the 90s are now wanting their stuff back.
Yep. And that's exactly it. Everybody that is becoming an adult now is thinking about all of the stuff. This is a full size, I believe. Yeah. This one's a full size. And you don't see a lot of those anymore, because most of this stuff was made for twin size beds.
For kids' beds, yeah.
And you're not an antique yet, Chuck. I'm over halfway there, buddy. Also old and broken. Damn, I'm old. The kids came home from school one day when my kids were younger, and they said they needed to take something to school that was vintage. And I said, well, your mom just turned 30 for show and tell. And I said, well, your mom just turned 30, so drag her ass in there tomorrow. I thought, it was one of my best friends. I thought she was going to kill me, but I couldn't help myself. She goes, you're only a year younger than me. You're vintage too. And I go, I know, but I accept it and you don't. There's a difference.
I wouldn't mind just being vintage.
$20 says women would not date a guy with woody sheets. You just never know. There's somebody out there for everybody, Mike.
20 years ago, I dated a guy who was still sleeping on Star Wars sheets.
Carl, are you still sleeping on your Star Wars sheets, or do you just have them? I could care less what anybody. My oldest boy has a set of sheets that are blue flannel, and they had different ducks, and the ducks were white, and they each had a different color bow. My mom bought him those at Bed Bath & Beyond when it first opened. He wanted those so bad, and he had to not pee his pants at night anymore. He could have them. And let me just tell you, and he slept with those sheets, I don't know how many years, but every time I see those, I pick them up. I have enough probably now to make a quilt for him out of them. But he, up until just recently, I mean, he wore them out. Role play night, Carl. That's right.
It is in my house downstairs right now.
Yep. What you gonna do now? If you go into, I should have had this already. If you go into eBay and that was a bug. That was a bug.
Don't be eating bugs on our show.
I have my back door open because it's starting to get a little warm. It's not there yet. You also don't get, there you go, Carl. We know that. And we love you for it. Okay, let's see.
See, there you go, disability positive.
What did Lynn say? I have a 15-year-old buddy with the Star Wars company. There you go.
They're little boys at heart. We'll just be happy if any man has sheets on his bed and they're clean. All right, that's all I'm saying. Leave it there.
Okay, so if we go here and we type vintage linens, do you see this? 229,421 results. That's not even going in and saying Battenberg lace or Scooby-Doo, or look at here, they have Scottish linen thread that came up because it has the word linen in it. So, and you're just seeing, I have pretty much everything you're seeing here. I've got some of these things right here.
Ooh, the kitty cats.
Yep.
Love those 50s cats.
So this is kind of like
70s.
Here you go. Vintage First Lady Irish linen tablecloth. They should be asking more than that for it, but that's my personal opinion. You should see a lot of these damask tablecloths. You'll see them in red and white. You'll see them in yellow and white. You'll see them in orange and green and blue. And that's what I would damask, whatever they want to call them.
The importance of keywords with that many results, you've got to really use your keywords. Every space possible.
This right here, that is so 70s. It's not even funny. Boho. See, look at this. Retro 70s boho style. Tablecloths are big, and so I will talk about that in a minute, but my point going in here was showing you how many just linens there are listed for sale. You should not let that these are solds. 27,721. Now, there's a way more listed than there are sold, but you have to understand, look at what's coming up here. A men's linen shirt. So you really got to go. Those aren't vintage. Sorry, I digress. This is a postcard. This is a linen postcard. So, you're going to find all kinds of different things, but when we're talking about linens, so let's go. What was I going to, let's go vintage pot holders. Are you guys seeing that? I never know if, okay. A lot of vintage pot holders. Let's see. We should go back here and do the sold so we can see. Wow. These things right here, if you guys, I'm going to open this up. You guys, I know for a fact you see these all the time.
And free boxes.
These things, they sell like crazy and people love them.
Oh, man.
These were never used. Look at the collar on them. And you can see the tags there. Let's see if they've got. And, of course, they took one picture. Ooh, that irritates the crap out of me. You can't see the tag. That's the honest-to-God tag from the store where they bought it. But these things right here, I mean, look, you can see all the different ones there are. Don't walk past these, you guys.
Honestly, I think the most I've ever seen this sold for is like a quarter each on a stack on a table.
Well, there you have it. So let's do this.
That shipping's crazy.
Okay, these ones right here, these little hand crocheted ones, they come in sets. Nobody ever used them. They hung them up in their, vintage quilt pot holders. People will buy those quilts that are dead, dying, and they repurpose them into this kind of stuff.
Yep. Girl hustle.
Oh, who do we got?
Carol.
Carol. Hi, Carol. And Rob. Thrifty Robsta. Rob, did you get your package? I sent a little extra with it. So, these things right here, people walk past these little crocheted. Wow. Needle
embroidered.
These are embroidered. They might be cross stitched too, but what this was, and I have some, I talked about it before. This was like an iron-on transfer that they transferred onto here, or they actually bought this set and this was printed on here. So vintage pot holders, you guys see these all the time. They're cheap. Lots of times they're throwing them away. This is bids. I would never put any of this stuff on bid. I mean, maybe they're just wanting to get rid of them. That's just me.
Well, that's going to give it away.
Exactly. And some people actually use these. Some people buy them because they're memories. Some people buy them and use them for all different kinds of crafts. Here you go with some more wicker. So let me come out of this and move that from the stream and go back. Where'd my big, oh, it's not going. All right. I have had this for a long time, only because it hangs in my kitchen because I just think she's cute. And this was made probably out of pieces of vintage fabric that somebody just did whatever. This is handmade. It's all hand embroidered. And I will get a few more and put them together, but I love this little one, and I have a little hook in my kitchen and it just hangs there for right now. But you guys are going to see these things all the time. This one probably was used. It's got cardboard in it, so I doubt very much that it was used for anything exciting. It could have been used for a hot plate, just to set a hot plate. And then the last ones that we saw on there, that's what these are. These are just pieces of vintage. They're tiny. Muslin, printed muslin, and they just made these little, and that's probably what they were used for too, was to set on the table because they're too thin to be taking anything out of the oven with. Straw colored rattan hot pads sell for very good money, Carl, very good money, as you saw. And then let's go back to towels. People will buy the towels. This is an odd one. They buy the towels and the washcloths, and then they do this this is lace. They hand crocheted this lace on the end of this, and they made their little hooky hook. That's a technical term. And this was never used. It's never been used. It's still fresh. And they took 4 washcloths.
Oh, it's 4.
And this would have been used to set a hot pad on, or to set a plate on. There's no way it would be safe enough to use as a cookie sheet or for the oven because of the way that it's made. And then they would have this, and it could very well be that this is a kitchen towel that they did, but I don't think so. They probably bought the kitchen towels and they bought these and they made a bunch of these and then they gave them away as sets. Now they were using up their embroidery thread because that does not go with that at all. This would have been something less than hard. My grandmother would have made. My grandmother crocheted and did all kind. I mean, she was good. I have all of her awards from all. Well, I shouldn't say that. I've sold some of them. Nobody wanted them. Nobody wanted them. They were going to throw them away, and I was like, I'll take them. Then you have the pot holders. I showed some of these the other night.
And I'm telling you, those are actually still in my mom's kitchen. The Redbirds. Oh, the 80s goose. Yeah, we did.
Oh, Lord, help me. Lord, have mercy on my soul. Sorry.
Oh, Sarah just sold some with roosters. You might have liked that.
Wow. No, probably not, because if they were like this, then no.
No. But we need to drive home. Just because you think something's ugly, somebody else is going to love it, has to have it.
Exactly. Why do you think I have them? I'm not stupid. I'm just picky.
I mean, you can cringe all the way to the bank, you know. Give me your $5. Bye-bye.
You guys see these, and then these are so freaking vintage. This is how pick and save. Did you guys have pick and save in your neck of the woods?
Ohio.
Kind of like I don't know.
Woolworths, a 5 and dime.
Yeah, 5 and dime. Okay, so do you see can you see the straight pin in here?
That's how my health text clothes used to come when I was a kid.
That's how they put the tags on in the late 60s, early 70s. So I just got tons and tons of this stuff. And so you guys would just be, let's see, Sarah, how are you? Just recently sold with the Roosters. Yep. Girl Hustle.
Oh, the calendar ones.
Oh, the calendar ones, very well. Smile Time Gifts. Hey, the matching 70s quilted rooster blender covers and pot holders. Holy moly. And the toaster cover. And yeah, all that stuff.
I remember the toaster cover.
And all right.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Smile Time for sure. The free box. It's free money.
Yep. Most of the estate sale that I went to, the whole, like, Marie can attest for this, but she didn't see what I saw because I got most of it before everybody else did.
Gina, we have a Ben Franklin's 5 and dime still.
Oh, do you?
Yep.
Yeah. The 5 and dime store, which we never got to go to because, so here I didn't bring a lot of that stuff in because this is just very kitschy.
Exactly.
And people love this stuff. They loved it and they still love it.
Oh.
You just stuck on a lemon?
Oh, God.
And then you got...
And my mother's mushroom curtains in the 70s. In the same colors.
And
yellow, orange, and green.
And the nice little straight pin holding on. They wanted $269 a piece for these. These were expensive.
That is crazy.
These are Franco luxury towels made in Japan. These were expensive.
Chuck, you are tacky old stuff.
That's okay, Chuck. We love you how you are. Don't change any, no matter whatever Marcy tells you to do.
Girl Hustle, my girlfriend, she's 65. She loves those mushroom canisters and gnomes. I mean, she's got all the linens to match. And ironically, she lives in the house I grew up in. So it's ugly has stayed there supreme.
The brown cookie jar that looked like a tree with the brown and orange mushrooms around it. You know it, Gina. This is funny. Recently acquired 1940. Oh, bark cloth curtains. Oh, yeah, man. Now.
Yeah, I need to talk about bark cloth. I have an example of bark cloth downstairs, but it's a Hawaiian shirt.
I do not have any. It's on my to find list. It's harder to find that stuff back. Go ahead. I always fall in love with vintage tablecloths. Got a bunch of those too. Coming up. The thing about bark cloth curtains is lots of times when you find the bark cloth curtains, because I can talk, the lining that was behind them is just trash. So it's worth it to take the time and a seam ripper and take. No, not really, Danica. They are different. Oilcloth is more for like outside clothes and tents and stuff like that.
Okay. Bark cloth.
Hang on.
Money.
Hey.
Hi, Danica.
There you go.
No, bark cloth and oilcloth, totally two different things. Okay. Now, it's really important that you note the texture for bark cloth Because some people might say, oh, this is bark cloth. No, it's very rough. I know you said go in like your nose. I'm going to see if I can get a texture on it.
While you're doing that, I'm going to eat some peanut butter cookies I made yesterday.
But it's very rough. It's got, I mean, like it says, bark, but you'll know it's a cotton, but it's very heavy. It's very thick. And a lot of times, yeah, it does look like this on the inside. You see this, it's money. Curtains are huge, especially the more kitschy and weird print they are, the better. The weirder and uglier, the more expensive. It just goes ching, ching, ching. It is a bit heavy.
I believe that, don't quote me here.
No, Danica.
I believe that
it looks like
cloth,
that.
Yeah, I believe that bark cloth was originated in the Polynesian Islands. Am I correct?
Yes. Yeah, you'll see a lot in the Hawaiian shirts. And if you find Hawaiian shirts like this in bark cloth, those are your 60s, big money, coconut buttons on them or metal, special metal. But yeah, bark cloth in anything, curtains, shirts, but you're only going to find bark cloth pre-1970s. It's not a material that's used anymore. I mean, it was extremely popular and durable for curtains in the 50s. And if anybody remembers, anybody of us over vintage, remember your grandparents and those big heavy curtains that had the ugly prints. Yes, thank you, Noelle. But you also look at it for enclosed too. Anything bark cloth, doesn't matter what the print is. Burlap, really, Mike?
Okay.
But yeah, this is a score if you find this bark cloth Hawaiian shirt.
Look at these prices.
Why is it not listed? Because I can't decide just how many hundreds to ask for it.
This is just listed. Somebody should go in and buy this right now for $24.95. Are you freaking kidding me?
Well, you're on the page right now, Noelle. Oh my. Yeah, you got bamboo, anything Hawaiian themed, that's hot, hot, hot. Anything that's like a period specific design. My curtains, Noelle. What she's showing, Sarah? You are buying them. You're welcome, Carl. Once you've touched bark cloth, I mean, you'll note the rough texture. It's not as rough as burlap. I mean, it's not itchy. It's thick. It's heavy. Not like a heavy wool sweater, but
sorry, guys.
It just feels like old curtains.
That'll be for sale on my store here soon.
And it won't be $24.95.
No, it will not be $24.95.
No. Yeah, that was
glorious.
Yeah, the bark cloth, I saw a single panel there. It was a good example.
Do you see these prices, you guys? Look at, here's a shirt and a dress. 1960s Hawaiian bark cloth dress. If any of you guys follow Katie and Vicky finds it all the time. She's in Vegas. Look at all of these. Nope, those aren't. Look at this.
Ah, moo-moos. The neighbor lady in her pink curlers and her moo-moo.
I would buy that for the freaking fabric. I'm not gonna buy it, you guys. I'm just, you know.
Oh no, well, Mike wants to know what you're gonna list the curtain for.
I don't know. What do you want to pay for it, Mike? I don't know. I may keep that. I really like those colors. Those are my colors.
That's ironic, Sarah. But you guys really be looking at this and note the kind of prints. That's like classically what you're going to see bark cloth. You know, like there's the vintage cotton 40s curtain.
Look at these.
Yeah, nubbly. That's a good term. Nubby bar cloth. Because it is. It's kind of a nubby. I mean, if I had to say one vintage linen to always look out for, it's bar cloth.
Yep.
I mean, that is just ching.
And
I never saw my girlfriend so excited as she got a whole box of bar cloth for $20, and there must have been 30 pairs of curtains in there. She couldn't even move it, and she's cheap. She'll actually sit at the flea market and go cheap, and she actually paid somebody to carry that box to her car.
What did Sarah say that I missed?
Oh, you had showed curtains, and that's her exact curtain pattern.
Oh, the ones. Oh, okay.
Oh, Gina, yes, you do. Grandma, watch out! I'm coming for your curtains. Hey, no joke. You don't know. She might not notice they're missing.
Wow, you guys
offer to buy her some new ones.
Look at those Hawaiian shirts and Hawaiian stuff and print like that. And while we're talking about that, let's talk about some towels. Because I got this one free at the free fishing estate sale. If any of you guys, some of you guys know what I'm talking about. I just saw this flower. And it was funny because my youngest son, Ryan, was in the room that had all the linens and stuff in it. And I go, hey, do you need it? Sorry, my knee's bad. I go, hey, do you need any towels? And he goes, nah. And I pulled this one out. I need to get this listed because it is summertime.
Oh, geez. Yeah, and people will just have those cast aside for, $1 at a sale. Those beach towels are so hot.
This was, by the time I got this was the day that Marie and I went back. No, because was Ryan with us when Marie went? No, I might have paid 50 cents. I don't even think I paid 50 cents for this. I filled up a whole IKEA bag in that room of vintage linens and stuff. And this was part of it. But it was funny. I thought he was going to take it. I honestly thought he was going to take it. And then he looked at me and he goes, I think you could make a lot of money on that towel, Mom. And he started comping stuff out. So this one, I mean, obviously it's been used. It's not in horrible shape, but that right there, this is more than one category.
Yeah.
This is vintage linens. It's the 70s probably. And it is a cheap ass brand towel. They just probably gave these away, would be my guess.
Yeah, promotional.
Yeah. And it's got
the radio station, we gave away things like that.
The vintage beer advertising, the Royal Canin ones too, the bright colored ones, right? And then I'm having a hard time with these ones because I have a larger size one like this. These have never been used. Let me do...
Yeah, don't knock vintage tea towels. I mean, I'll pay up for some of the ones that I've used my whole life.
These actually aren't tea towels. They're the hand towels for the bathroom because only reason that I know, well, you could use them for tea towels is because I have the larger towel. But the reason why I'm not going to keep these is because my larger towel doesn't have the pink in it. I think these are Canon. I'm not sure. Here's this one has a tag on it. Yeah. So.
And another fabulous brand to look out for is Fieldcrest.
Yes.
Those were quality. That's my entire linen closet or all vintage Fieldcrest. They last forever. And I mean, the quality is amazing.
And this brand.
A little blurry.
J.P. Stevens.
Utica.
These are so soft, you guys.
Oh, Mike bought some napkins today because of you, Noelle.
Aw, Mike.
Bicentennial ones.
I have to give Mike a big shout out because he must have been freaking bored yesterday and he was trolling my store. Thank you very much.
Because trolling your store.
No, he was. He was trolling my store. I know he was, because he sent me this message. He goes, by the way, you have these two. I must have been like, I did a bunch of vintage t-shirts a while ago, and I just like whipped them out real fast and went, this is why I don't take pictures and then list and add the pictures, because I had two t-shirts switched with the other ones. And so I had the wrong pictures with the wrong title, but Mike caught it and sent me a message. And so I was like, oh, holy crap. I appreciate you, Mike. You bought some of the, yep. Here's another. All of these solid color towels. These were actually at my aunt's house, and she gave them to me.
Those look like some of our field crest.
Yeah. These don't, I would show you the tag, but there's no tag on them. So.
If I had, I would speculate those are field crest. We had those. In fact, I'd have a blue one still in my kitchen right now.
I would have these in this color and in orange. I don't ask, don't tell. We all have our weird colors. Anyway, so there you go. If you guys don't follow, I was hoping she would be here, but she's busy picking an old barn as Jody, the toy addict. If you, let's see, I'm gonna find this. She just put this video out last week or the week before. I have to think with my eyes. Can't help myself. Hang on here.
Don't make me big without letting me know.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, packing tape. Nice. You might be a reseller if there's packing tape on your ass.
Anyway, she did a video. I'll find it and I'll put it in the link here for you guys, of a estate sale she went to a couple weeks ago, and all of the vintage linen she's gotten, and half of it that's already sold. I think I showed the other night a set of strawberry shortcake pot holders that I told her that I had something for her. She collects strawberry shortcake. Carl, the lazy reseller, if you should be following her, because let me just tell you, boy, sir, man, hey, you, Carl. So I was hoping that she was going to be back in time to maybe pop in and talk with us a little bit, because she does a lot of vintage linens and a lot of vintage toys, and she just lives across the bridge from me, so we're going to meet up here soon.
I got some 1960s memories.
Hang on. Let me make you big.
I don't need to make me big.
Well, it's just easier. I know it does that. You got to just give me a second. There you go. Oh, Snoopy.
Not only is it Snoopy, but it's Western Snoopy. And these are from the 60s.
My. Hey, Jake, how are you? Yep, strawberry shortcake.
Saturday Dance. Now, it's harder to find the Snoopy and the Western, but these are from the 60s. Like always, I think it's just a twin, flat and bottom. But, oh, yep, fitted. I mean, people will pay, just Snoopy collectors, not necessarily, wanting their childhood memories, but they'll do whole rooms in Snoopy. People love their peanuts. And this little panel was kind of cute on the other sheets. He's herding up the little wood stocks. I mean, this is precious. Yes, I know. I need to list it. And then let's go for some early 80s. Here's our Garfield. Hello. Love our Garfield. The bunny slippers. How many of us look like that at 2 a.m.? No, more like this one.
I look like that at 7:59 p.m. today.
Now, some people might think that, this is too worn, because it was a flannel, and it is really so soft. Because a lot of people like them more worn because they're already broken in. So, I mean, they go for the pattern, the softness. I mean, you could throw this on your bed right now and just feel like you're 6 years old again.
I don't know if they did, Danica, but it wouldn't surprise me. Do you have a piece that
I have seen bedspreads that you just put over top of your bed. You know, it's sort of like the plastic on the couch. I have seen bedspreads in bark cloth.
like the chenille bedspreads? They were mostly for show, not for
just for show.
Yeah.
But I have seen bark cloth. Dinky little thin plate. It's still peanuts.
Yeah, peanuts are. Do you get a lot of it when you see it, Mike? Because I would be picking up every piece of that I could find. Hey, Bobby, thanks for coming in. And JT, who's probably not with you, but he's lurking somewhere in the back room.
He's checking out his wardrobe for Maui.
Oh, there you go. He's working on his figure for Maui. Anyway, so in the chat, I put Jody Toy Addict. She goes by Toy Addict on both Instagram and YouTube. I put a copy to the estate sale haul she did on vintage linens and stuff. And you guys, when you get a chance, go watch. Don't go now. Don't go now. Like, comment, and subscribe before you leave.
See, Sandy even says her grandmother had a couch bark cloth cover.
Oh yeah! Wow. See,
I mean, I haven't seen those in probably decades, but I do know they're out there.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It kind of like that vintage linen tablecloth I showed that had boho and at the very beginning when I was just doing linens, it had that fringe on the end of it. Those sofa covers and bedspreads would be like that, and they would have that thick fringe on the edges of them, and you would tuck them in and make them fit.
Noelle, do you have any chenille, since we brought it up, any of the chenille examples?
I do. It's in my storage unit.
Oh.
But I'll tell you what, chenille anything. And do not walk past a chenille bedspread because it's got holes in it and missing pieces. People will buy those. They will make hand towels out of them. They'll fix them. They will make robes out of them. They'll make regular towels. They'll make slippers. They'll make pillows.
The robes are really hot to use the worn chenille. Because there's, for some reason, if you ever sat on that chenille routinely, you'll always get like one wear spot.
Apparently, they'll make Speedos out of them, Bobby says. I know.
I think he was talking about JT.
I know.
Chenille Speedo.
Whatever makes you feel good. They're soft, I hear.
But yeah, chenille, if anybody doesn't know what that is, look it up. C-A-E-N.
Hang on.
Okay.
I'll do this.
I love me some chenille. And if anybody remembers the nanny in the 90s, she had a couple chenille robes. I mean, those be money. But yeah, people will take the bedspreads and make them into little boudoir jackets. I mean,
they do not have this one priced high enough. I'm sorry.
No, I like that one.
I'm not buying this one, but holy moly, $88? Are you kidding me?
That is nice.
The front door. Look at this one. It's on a bid. Holy moly. 4 days. I got to get out of here. All right.
Yeah.
I don't. Let's do this.
Show some sold. Oh, yeah. Look at the robe.
Yeah, let's look at the solds, please. I got to get out of here. Hang on. Because, this is... I don't normally buy a lot of stuff. Oh, my goodness. Look at that one. Sorry.
Make it bigger, Noelle. Nobody needs to look at me.
Why isn't
Open the window.
It should have been bigger.
Okay, there you go.
All right. Sorry. All right. Look at this. They took the bedspread and they made this.
Yep.
That's
Joyous
really
creations. And people will pay that, folks.
Look at handmade chenille bedspread peacock bathrobe by Joy Chenille Creation. $225, and I guarantee you she'll get it.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's a better. Where was that? She needs to get some different lighting.
Danica, I've heard that before, and actually I used to do the voice for people. And I looked very much like her in the 90s.
Oh yeah, that's all right. She was one of my favorite people. Fran Drescher.
Love her.
Okay, look at, oh, here's another one that I can almost guarantee was made out of a, nope, maybe not. This one wasn't. This is brand new with tags.
Yeah, it's Canon too.
Dead stock, actually. That's
somebody
cute.
will pay that.
Yes, they will. $349, you guys.
Look, it's got 8 washers.
Yeah. All right. Where were we going? Can you tell what I was looking up earlier? All right.
So people need to really realize the chenille, bark cloth, these are bolos. Yeah, smile time. Doesn't matter if they're stained, because people use material. You just, even just for a scrap. I mean, some material is so rare, they don't care if they're getting 1/8 of a yard. There's something they're doing with it. They might be making like a cutter quilt kind of thing. Oh, see there, Fran Drescher chenille.
Yeah, this is totally Neiman Marcus too, so it could very well have been one like she wore, because tufted. Look at the keywords: tufted, floral, pink. You know, and if you've never felt chenille, it is so.
Oh, I love it.
Some of it's softer than others. Some of it,
you do have to keep the cats away from it. This is applicable to some people. Cats will tear the heck out of it. They will, because it is so soft. They'll go to knead it, and it'll snag up something fierce. That's the only problem with the chenille, is it will snag up if a cat gets near it. I had a pink one when I was younger. I learned. Look at that. 400 and oh my. Yep, grandma's old bedspread. And it doesn't matter. They come in all colors. They come in all patterns. I mean, there's the solid ones. Like I had a solid pink one.
This was not.
There's solid white.
Not grandma's old bedspread. See that right there?
Oh, not that.
This is.
But even modern ones, chenille. People love chenille. Yeah, Sandy, there are, but
Moon and Stars. This is
they shed.
Moon and Stars and Owl, new with tag, rare. Why do they not? Moon and Stars. That's the name of the company. That's the name of the company, Moon and Stars. Because that pink one, that little tiny pink one we looked at, had the same tag on it. Here's the same one in this color. They both sold for the same price.
Oh, look at the one with the bird.
2 days, 3 days. This one sold April 1st. This one sold. Oh wow, this one. And this one
down below, the like 1940s looking. Yeah.
This one right here.
Wedding cake style. Now that's actually too low a price for that, because that's a very rare pattern.
Wedding cake style. This one.
Yeah, with the pink birds.
Though I had it open just a minute ago. Okay. Yeah, they should have charged way more for that. Here's this gal that had the peacocks, so she's doing this on a regular basis.
And look at the money she's getting. And she's just buying old used throws and turning them into robes.
This guy sold this Moon and Stars one for $124. This looks like a Pendleton blanket that I have. That's hilarious. This is so, yeah.
You just got to familiarize yourself with the different patterns, colors, prices, bark cloth.
Sorry, you guys, I'm not paying attention to the chat, and I'm missing all the good shit.
I'm paying attention.
You wouldn't have to take it off at night. It just doubles as a robe and bed blanket. That's hilarious, Bobby. Sorry. Oh, for sure, for sure. And there are bath towels that have chenille. And if you buy those bath towels and all of that stuff up, listen, you guys, I don't know. I hear from everybody, Lissa, Danica, Tracy, Gina, all of you guys, how lucky I am for where I live and the stuff that we have here. Because I mean, those of you that there's more of the moon and stars, you guys, this is not a hard one to find. And they have the moon and stars in the, I mean, I'm not going to go through any more of them because you guys all know how to do. Oh, wow. Let's check this one out. This one should have gone for more money. For crying out loud, it's got martini glasses on it. Oh. Somebody, you would think some drunk woman would have bought this for way more than that. Or maybe the person that listed it, she took an offer.
That's stupid. No way. See, and that's it. Theme, people. You get pictures, patterns. What were we saying?
She didn't even write martini. Okay, she deserved to not make a lot of money on this. Canon Group Chenille Candlewick Robe Cocktail Design. Martini, olives, yellow, blue, fluffy, soft. You really want to buy me? I'll send you martini recipes with the robe. I mean, really, for crying out loud, you guys, this is where those keywords come in. This is big time, you know, so just like I sniped that, and wow, however you want to say it, the bark, that piece of bark cloth, I've seen a lot of bark cloth, but that, I mean, I paid $20.
That was crazy.
Tax. It was free shipping, so I paid $27 with tax on that. Really?
Well, eBay arbitrage.
If you found
still be had brown, out there, you just showed it.
Brown, you could put Coco Chanel. He's always.
Oh, you didn't see his funny joke. I pointed that out.
Yeah. So, what did Danica take for the team? Uh-oh. What did I miss? Oh, the nanny thing. I don't know. I'm behind. I'm behind. I'm just gonna put it out there. It's probably my hat.
Okay, be a day late and $1 short.
Stuff out of my head. All right. So, I want to briefly touch on. These are kind of vintage linens. They can also be considered vintage clothing. Let's show this one real quick. Here's another famous, this is
girl. I hope we tell you
Boynton,
something.
The Boynton collection. You will see these. They are very, very sought after.
Oh yeah.
And so this was a whole set. So I got to get the piece that I want to show last because that's going to go into tablecloths. Vintage aprons. Now, somebody, obviously, I should probably do this because I can't do, I don't know who sang that song. I can't even think of the name of the song. It's just in my head.
Pull it up. A little more. Can't see the pattern. There you go. The embroidered kit. Pillowcase, isn't it?
Yep. And this is a really thick embroidery, and it's actually called satin stitch. And what they did was, you can see the threads. See how they're done like that? And it feels like satin when you rub your hand on it. So, a little more. And then they did a cross stitch on the band. Sorry, they gave me some new medicine for some stuff on my hands, and my hands are like all peeling, and I don't know if I want to use it anymore. It's always something. I bought this because I was going to, honestly, you guys, I was going to make masks out of it. I love, love, love this material.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm not. I'm going to sell it. It's an apron. It's got all the little
some 50s print there.
Now this apron, I would honestly wear. I would put clothespins in the pockets. Put put clothespins in the pockets so that when you go out to hang your clothes on the line, like I know you all do because you're trying to be good and not use electricity.
Hi, Joe.
So a lot of different styles, and a lot of people won't see these. They're folded up like this. They're stuck in the, look at this one. This is so totally probably a 60s cocktail, you know. She would wear it over her hostess little dress, maybe at a picnic. This wouldn't be for like a formal dinner, but that would protect the front of her dress while she was getting everything, whatever. But what I want to lead into is this material, this cotton material here, because this cotton material is, you will see a lot of, I was going to see if it said, you'll see a lot of vintage tablecloths made out of it. Now this is, what does it say? Can you read it? I made
the salad with a little help from Kraft. So it's advertising, it's an apron, it's vintage, and it's advertising.
And it's dead stock. It's never been worn. So leading into that is the cotton tablecloths. Now, I have a hard time using them as tablecloths because my mom made all of our bread, and she had several of them, and I actually have one that's of the same design that she had when we were kids, and she made 7 to 12 loaves of bread every 3 or 4 days. And when the bread was rising, she put one of those over the top of the bowl. And so that's, in my mind, that's what that's used for, right? But I have collected quite a few of them here recently. And
yeah, I remember the linen over the bread rising.
Yep. Mine that I have right now are mostly the Christmas. And let me just tell you something. These things come in all different sizes, but the size that you're more often going to see is this size right here. And this is a fourth of it. It fits a card table. And I've talked about this before. This would have been the kids' table, right?
Yep.
Kids are gonna sit. I always opted to sit with the kids at the kids' table. There was less crap going on and we had more fun. Plus I got everybody in trouble, so
can't imagine.
I mean, somebody's got to have fun. Here's one of those damask I showed. The one that I showed was the one that we looked at was yellow and white, and I said they're blue and green and whatever. This one's white on white. This one's never been used, and how do I know that? It still has the tissue paper. Here's one that's not Christmas. I love this one. These are great for picnic tables. This is dogwoods.
Oh, people love those retro prints like that. The Franciscan pattern goes well with that kind of tablecloth, and people that love their Franciscan will buy it.
And make curtains for their kitchen. This one is not Christmas, but it could be. It's roses.
Ooh, I like that.
Nice thing about these roses are you don't have to prune and water and do anything to them. This one is Christmas. This is not one that I see often, this pattern.
Now, see, people might be getting a little bored or whatever, but look at this stuff. It's out there in stacks at the estate sales, gets totally overlooked, and they'll about give it away. And just look up how much these go for. These 1940s and 50s tablecloths.
I literally paid 25 cents a piece for these guys.
I mean, we're trying to tell you that there's snoozing money out there in linens. The linen closet, you don't see anybody tearing up the linen closet. And like the chenille robes, you know, you see the clothes of grandma's clothes closet. Nobody's thinking about looking in there for that either.
So.
Oh, thank you, Gina. We hope we school somebody in something. If we can help just one person learn something to make money, Look, Chuck doesn't know anything about linens, and he says he's made money off of them.
Look at
just look at this stuff.
Vintage California tablecloth, Yucca Prints, unused, original label. I'm not even going to show you what's listed because I don't want to buy anything. Just go in there right now.
And yeah, those souvenir ones, I mean, you see that stuff all the time. People would get it on their trips and then they never used them. They, you know, here's
something
a gift.
I will tell you that if you can try to put the size in the, if you can just, you don't have to put any spaces and you don't have to put the inches. If you just put 49x52 at the end, if you can fit that size in, lots of times people will pay more attention. You know, that'll catch that's pretty good size, 49 by 52. What are they asking for it? Yeah, they'll get it easy. And these things sell with stains on them. Here's California cactus cloth, California hand. These ones are for sale. I'm not opening them up, you guys. We're only doing solds because I'm trying to sell this stuff, not buy it. Here's a vintage. Here you go. Somebody want to buy some to sell? This is at 2 bids. It only has two bids. I guess you can't buy it. A lot of 10 vintage printed tablecloths, various sizes, cutters and crafts. So there were probably stains. Let's see. That you guys not only knowing to buy these, look at that. Not only knowing to buy these, but to buy them damaged, because I say this all the time. Damaged stuff sells.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the best way to do this. If you have a clothesline or you have a fence or something that you can hang them on, this is the best. Who gives a crap about the background? This is the best way to show the whole thing.
Yeah, Sarah, that would be my first step would be try the OxyClean. But there's also, because satin can be iffy, there's also some stuff that it's rust out. I don't know if they sell that now, but you can still buy it.
You can buy some places. You can buy Awesome at the Dollar Tree, but my go-to is called Fullex. It's for carpet stains. I will spray it with the Fullex. Then I will get an 18-gallon Rubbermaid tote. I will use the OxyClean liquid that is for whites that won't damage colors. And after I spray it with Fullex, because I should have taken pictures of this shirt that I just did. It was all yellow. It was yellow. I did not think it was going to come out. The collar was yellow. I showed it on my haul. It was a white t-shirt and it had penguins on it. It said Happy Holidays and it's super vintage. Everything was yellow. Yellow, yellow, yellow. I sprayed the crap out of it. I let it sit for 15 minutes and I soaked it in that stuff for 3 days and all of the stains came out. I was super excited. So what do we got here that I was pulling?
You should put a link in. You should put a link to that product.
I'm not. Why is this not? I wanted the. Oh, here we go. I'm not set up to do the partner links yet. I need to go through the process of
affiliate links.
Thank you. So I don't know why they are in pretty good shape with maybe a few storage stains here and there. I'm sure they will soak out. I know they will, but so they had a few issues here. I'm surprised she only got $97. She had 10 of them.
And that's ridiculous. You know somebody bought them who's going to resell them.
And $30.64 for shipping. Come on, you guys. Those would all fit in a large flat rate box, which is $19. That's okay. I'm going to get off the shipping thing.
Yeah, I know that's a pet peeve you and I both have. We'll
those things can
step aside that big messy puddle.
Those things could be rolled up. Even just looking at these things are thin. They're heavy, yes, because of the material that they're made out of. But as you can see, look at the different. You will find this one's similar to one my mom had. Oh, that one's gorgeous. But look at the prices, you guys. You walk by these all the time. Guaranteed. Danica, do you see these at the Goodwill all the time? You will find these everywhere. And people just you don't think about it. And it's not because you're stupid or you're not looking. You don't know. Now you know.
Now some of them know. So now you have no excuse to walk past that money in the future.
Look at this one.
And I know that our equivalent of kind of a bins-like thrift store, they have those hanging up next to, you know, the Afghans and everything. God.
This one right here makes me sick. Vintage tablecloth, lot of 7 floral.
Plus napkins. 50. Oh my.
Go look at the auctions, you guys, if you want some of these. Are awesome. I love them. I have a couple that I use all the time that I love. I will never get rid of. Look at this one. A circus print. They got one bid for 50. I never would have put that on auction in the first place.
No way. That's really great for like a kid's party table.
This one got 4801. It's 9 bids. Look at the collar on that. That looked like 1950s. This should have. This is just my opinion, you guys. I mean,
those prices are too low. So we're just saying, you know, you can sit on a price and you will get it. If your item is nice, you got a different pattern. You've got great graphics.
They should have gotten $42 for each one of these, not $42 for. I bet those didn't last. I bet those weren't listed. Oh, this makes me. So there you go, you guys. And I'm just gonna say, everybody has a different business plan. Everybody does things differently. There are certain things that you should probably not put on auction. I mean, you can go down and you can look at a bunch of them that sold for 22, 29, 30, and then you can look at the ones that sold for more because that's what they priced them at and they kept them there. And, you know, but then there are some people's business model that is to move it. I get that. This one sold for $69 with 18 bids, and it is California. There you go. So you know, gardening vegetables, gardening's big time. You gotta use your keywords. Hermosa cloth.
I saw one when you were showing the ones that are available, and you were like, we're not looking at the ones that are available. I saw one. I'm thinking of going back in or whatever, but it was Mexican, and I know that my salt and pepper shaker collection, I have it, like the veggie people, salt and peppers.
Somebody took one of those.
That's a great background for it.
Somebody took one of those and they made a shirt.
And somebody will buy that. That is really great. See, think of the ideas here, people. You might not be the one sewing it, but you can pick it up for nothing. Like Mike is saying, walked past tens of thousands of dollars worth of stuff because it wasn't the niche or it was dirty or whatever. Well, hopefully y'all have a better idea that you hadn't thought of this before. Sometimes, you know, we're all about teaching each other and learning in this community. No one knows everything, you know, but hanging together in this community in our forum, you know, we share. Oh, hey, I know what that is. And then you learn. I mean, if you quit learning, you might as well be dead. I mean, I always try to learn something new every day.
Somebody who does and who loves to help you. So there.
Yeah, right, Danica? I think you might know some people.
He's the next comment right below you.
Oh, there's Tracy. Thank you, Tracy.
Everybody thought I was talking about myself, didn't you? Y'all thought I was talking about me, but this girl right here knows a lot too. Yep. Anyway, so Danica, don't give yourself, don't, what's the word? I can't think of the word I want. I meant I'm a know-it-all. Jesus Christ. Danica, don't sell yourself short. You're way smarter than you like everybody to think you are because
Danica, you have a beautiful store. You know so much. Yeah, don't sell yourself short. But we all can learn from each other stuff we don't know. Never be afraid to ask if you don't know something because somebody else in our community does know. And I do think people are somehow timid about pricing high. I used to be that way. But
I just
you
look
just
at it
start out
like
there.
this. I just look at it like this. If it's too high, I have best offer on everything. If it's too high, somebody's going to make me an offer, and I know where my price point is. You have to know your price point, whether you got it for free or not. And when you're dealing with vintage stuff, I don't care what it is, toys, clothes, food, whatever, vintage, you have to not lower the market for everybody else just to make a sale. You know,
You got to remember that stuff. What's out there is what's out there. It's not going to be made anymore. So you have that bargaining power that it's like, well, where are you going to find another one? So what are you willing to pay for something that you can't just go down to your Walmart and get? I've got it here. You want it? Well, I'm going to command some money for it. And you got to remember that aspect to, you know, the supply and demand angle here. And yes, we're not picking on you, Danica.
No, I'm picking on her because.
Oh, okay. You are. I'm not.
Because she likes to hoard, but she's not there yet. She's not on my level yet. Come on, Danica, you could do better. Knowledge is money. Exactly. And you guys have stuff to share with us, and we have stuff to share with you. And so as we get to the point where maybe our knowledge isn't as, maybe we've shared a lot of our major knowledge, we're going to be calling on you guys to come on and help us, because it's not so much so giving out bolos, because I mean, I will tell you guys every once in a while, it's not so much about giving out bolos as it is teaching all the different things out there. Because one of the things that I think a lot of people get tired of hearing, and I'm not picking on anybody, this is not meant to be disrespectful or anything, is that we can't find anything to sell. And one thing that you will, if you follow Kat the Nurse Flipper, you will hear her say over and over and over again, give me your zip code. I will find you stuff to sell. There is stuff out there to sell, to buy. You just might not have the knowledge of all the little things that do sell. But what you can do is, I mean, I could just pick up, type in Lefkin, this brand, it's a German brand. Type in Lefkin tape measures. Type in vintage keychains.
Oh, I got some of this as well.
I have 75 of these shells in my storage. Abalone shells. I have 75 of them in my storage. It's shells are hot right now. Shells, anything to do with shells. Abalone, you see a bag of buttons, guarantee you there's going to be some abalone buttons in there. And there are people that collect abalone everything.
Oh yeah.
If there's something out there to collect, Garbage Pail Kids, anybody? You know, I mean, if there's something out there to collect, there's somebody out there collecting it, or they had it as a kid.
Smile time. Find stuff everywhere. That's my problem too. But you can always sit on winter nuts.
Yeah.
Don't make a joke, Chuck.
And exactly, this is something I say. Oops. Yeah, I say that all the time too. That's why I have out of stock option on. If I want to sell something fast and low, it won't ruin the market. You guys know how to do that? How to do out of stock? A lot of people don't like to have it on, and some people do, but exactly, Carol, I always start high.
Gracie's being funny.
And its second name is you. I've missed you too, girls. All vintage. It's not made anymore. What gets me excited is when stuff sells from UK or Canada. That means my price will be good and shipping next day. That is very true.
I do that too. I price a lot of my stuff thinking maybe the UK with the conversion rate, like especially with my jewelry, but that's, you know, near here than there. They'll pay more. You've got to realize conversion rates. Don't be thinking you're pricing just for the United States. Have that international on, or, you know, you're really cutting out people that are going, you're like, oh my God, it's $400 US. Nobody around here is going to, pay more than 200. Okay, well, do the conversion rate for the overseas. Somebody might not be offering it over there, but now
I
you
don't
got
do
it.
a
You'll pay the
conversion rate.
rate.
I price it at my price, and I offer international shipping on everything.
Well, I'm saying that they'll buy it because it's cheaper to them than what your perspective is of American dollars.
Exactly. So let's talk Battenberg lace. Who knows? Put your hand up. Raise your hand. Show me all your hands if you know what Battenberg lace is. Some people do. Some people don't. Some people think it's cheap-ass machine done stuff, and a lot of it is cheap-ass machine done stuff. And unless you know Battenberg lace, you aren't going to be able to tell if it is. Sarah Burns is raising her hand. That does not surprise me. Thank you, Carol. So
Carol. Thank you.
I don't pick up a lot of Battenberg lace because honestly, I really don't like it. And unless it is marked, I won't pick it up because it is super hard to tell unless you're a Battenberg lace aficionado. And I know I said that wrong. I knew you would. Sandy knows it. Okay. Let's see. This is one that I think I need to do this for.
Oh, yeah.
Do you see the little filigree cutouts? You will always have that in Battenberg lace. And this we know is real. And it's vintage because it still has this on it. I'm not sure. It says one pair. So it is a pillowcase, and I do have both of them. Could you imagine sleeping on that? No, thank you.
I did at my great-grandmother's. Those were the good guest linens.
My grandmother wouldn't have put these out for us. Sorry.
I'll be right back, Noel.
Okay. Anyway, so 2 of these, and I'm not going to pull these up, but just check it out. Who dat? Just check these out. Battenberg, just like it sounds, Carol. Batten, Battenberg, Battenberg lace. You will see this a lot, and some of it's handmade, some of it's not, and sometimes they could be referring to the piece itself. The sewing on it is done handmade, not necessarily the lace. And they could be referring to the fact that handmade is rather than a computer doing the sewing. You have a swim cover with that lace, but it's machine made. What do I call it? And my fat ass split the seams, so I need to repair. It's still Battenberg lace. It's just not handmade. If that makes, any sense at all. I don't know. I bet it's really pretty though, Tracy. And take it to the dry cleaner. Most dry cleaners have seamstresses. All right. Next thing we're going to talk about is, and I only have a couple with me, so or I might have more. Actually, there's more than one in here. Vintage window coverings. So I think Batbird, Carol. Batberg. Think Walter, the camel spider. Hi, Shelly. Taking photos. I did that all day today. Vintage t-shirts. Okay, so you guys will see these. Lots of people won't even walk by. This was Montgomery Ward's. Here, let me just show you this because this is awesome. Montgomery Ward, see it clear up there at the top. 149 espresso brown, and it was $6.79. 64 by 36. This is Easy Care for Style House curtains. That's hilarious. It tells, you could almost, the ephemera person in me wants to keep this and sell this separately because the bag actually has the price tag on it, and I could just take all this information right here and put that into the listing for the curtain and keep this and sell this separately. Danica, I think she wore her Battenberg lace cover up to the Blue Lagoon. All right, so this is the curtain. It's still, oh, and it actually has the lace valance too, or not lace, but the little white valance that goes on the top. So this would be the one that you would see in your kitchen window, and it would have there's 2 panels here, I think. Yeah, 2 panels. So I'm probably going to ask probably $85 for this when I get it listed. I don't think these are supposed to come with it. Bless you. You're not muted, are you?
I accidentally was, and I don't know how. But I actually fetched up when I got up. I had some linens I forgot that were in the living room. This is one half of the lace panel.
Oh, yeah.
And I have the other half too. And I bought a whole pile. Got a big pile here of doilies and the curtains and table runners. Honest to God, I got the whole thing for $5, and it was the last day of the sale, and it was just in the bottom of a trunk. You know, the hutch trunk that everybody had in the Depression era at the bottom of their bed, and it was just full of these linens.
That's called a cedar hope chest because they hope they never have to.
Yeah, I gave up all the hope on that chest. But look, don't discount that you're like, oh, nobody's going to use these. Oh, that's somebody's grandma, whatever. Especially if you've got hairs. You can pick these up for, 10 cents, a quarter. I have them under everything in my living room.
Did you say hairs? Did you say hairs or pears?
Pears. No, I got them all under all my
comedy hour.
Tiffany lamps and everything.
Danica, I love you, Danica, so much, and you're going to understand why in a minute. Apparently, Danica has fetched hers too.
Well, she got to pop in and do a little show and tell. Come on, Danica.
I was talking about the word that you used that I always tease you about.
I think everybody in this room knows I ain't wired like everybody else.
Oh, we figured that one out a long time ago.
I've had half a century to get used to it. So
check these curtains
people around me just don't even hear it anymore.
These are handmade. Let me just, oh shit, I'm not even showing you the good part.
Hold your tongue, girl. This is a public room.
Oh, these are awesome. And I have an ability to just grab stuff and just throw it. I know. Here's a set. These are awesome. I believe these are not handmade, but somebody's going to snatch these up because what?
Oh my goodness.
I have a set.
Those patterns were used on baby blankets and stuff too, and people will pay. Between the 30s and 50s, that was a real popular pattern.
Somebody had, and this isn't just a look at. It's got a little chenille nubby on it.
On the flower. See, there's some detail. So,
also, okay, so let's see. What did I do? Okay, I have a few. What time is it? Are you guys bored yet? Are you ready? How many? We got 25 people in here.
Oh, really? That many?
I was just looking at that. I was going to say, I will keep on going if you would like me to. Do you got any hot plans for the night?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Sorry, I was reading this package to see if it went to either one of these, and I might go to the rabbit ones, but I'm not sure. Oh, those rabbit ones are the bomb diggity. Okay.
You know I ain't got nothing. I'm trapped in my little habit trail.
I'm gonna send you some carrots.
I drink my V8.
Don't hate me. Okay, you can hate me. Just do it. Just do it quietly. Okay, this is, I'm not sure. I thought it was a tablecloth, but it is not. It is a top sheet, and this is gorgeous. I never took it out of the bag. I just grabbed it. If you guys, okay. 2 pillowcases. This is all hand done.
Oh, yeah. Can anybody nowadays imagine sitting and doing that?
You guys, my grandmother did this all the time. Both of my grandmothers. This isn't
I did it as a kid.
This isn't just an embroidery. It's also handmade lace. This edging, this lace on the edge here, that is all hand done.
Oh, I know. I was taught tatting. Every needle craft there was.
I paid very few people do tatting anymore, and not only do very few people do tatting anymore, very few people know what tatting is. And if you find tatting shuttles and tatting instructions and stuff like that, those are worth good money. So that's part of the whole needlework field. You have tatting, you have crochet, you have knitting, you have embroidery, you have crewel, CREWEL, you have cross stitch, you have counted cross stitch, crafting skill. You need some help.
Sarah just pulled a pillow for $150, and she's got the shuttles.
Yep.
It's important to know what those are. Sewing boxes, you'll find those. People have no idea what they are. Look them up.
A tatting shuttle is, well, here, I'll pull some up here because you guys really should know this, in my opinion.
Yeah, you find them in lots of sewing boxes.
Oh, that's not. Why does it keep doing that? All right. Tatting shuttles. Let's see. A lot of times they will be made out of bone.
Yeah. Ivory and bone. You can't say ivory.
We can't sell ivory.
I know. You just call it bone.
Nope. You better not do that. You better go watch the Auction Professor's thing.
I know.
No, they're cracking down big time right now. And it is a federal offense, and you will go to jail. So this one is not bone. I'm sorry. This is ivory. And they have ways to tell just from pictures. And anyway.
It has to do with the core pattern.
This is a tatting shuttle, and they will all look like this. Lots of people will look at them. They're tiny. I wish she had a ruler next to this. They are tinier than the palm of your hand because
they're usually about 2 inches, 2.5 inches.
Look at right here, shows one. Yeah. Here's a whole bunch of them. Wow, that's a good deal. So, familiar, here's an abalone one. What do you know?
There's abalone.
Now, obviously, House of Clover tatting shuttle. That's funny. It's quite the craft.
Shuttlecock's different, Danica. Or do you just want to hear us say that word?
Is she talking about me again? Shuttlecock for Batman. Lose a button equal donate item. I know. Oh, Annie. Annie, they have this stuff. It's called super glue. Ask Tracy about it. Tracy, you've been roasted so bad and so many. I don't think I would have
told anyone.
I was listening to Art and Mike and Dan today, and I was just listening. Honest to God, I was so proud of myself, and I wanted to make a comment so bad, and I didn't know if Tracy's gonna let me have it. Oh, that's hilarious. How is your eye, girlfriend? By the way, I felt okay. So here's tatting. Let me just show this to you guys. Do you see how tightly that is done? Why won't it? Come on.
Yeah, it's pretty stiff. I mean, that's a lot of work. I know.
You can't even see. I wish they had. Look at it. Inside, I want to take my finger and point. Inside each one of these, there's like 2 or 3 different wraps. So, and this is done very tightly, and it's way, way, way different than crochet. Crochet. We could call this the virgin and crochet a used woman, right? It's looser.
Bye, Sarah. Good luck at the sales.
Yes. Thanks for coming in, Sarah. I appreciate you. And so
close that door.
These are other things you want to look for, you guys. You want to look for the threads. They're different. Tatting thread is different than crochet thread. So now we're kind of really,
a lot of it.
Kind of a lot of these colors that you will see. I'm sorry, I don't say it correctly. So before you decide to make fun of me, I already know. A lot of these lace, as they will say them, colors are actually really tatted. And you can see how intricate it is. It is just, it's a very
time-consuming.
It's a very lost skill. I'm blind. It'll be fine. It's not going to be fine.
Tracy, you're fine. We're all rooting for you.
See, she's the hard ass, not me. Just want you to know. Just putting it out there. Okay.
Wow, that bust was so much heavier than I expected it to be.
All right. What else did you bring in, Lissa? Did you grab anything else?
I just had this pile of lace that I, grabbed out of the living room. But like I said, they sell this stuff, box lots. They might say $0.25 a piece, but more often than not, you see that whole box, you'll be like, well, what for all of it? They want it gone. And you can get, I've seen, people put out like $8, $10 at the flea market and these disappear. The prettier, the more intricate, the more money you're going to get. And then there's quality, but
and the same,
any of them.
The same with all of these vintage napkins.
Yeah.
You can use these vintage napkins. You can use these vintage napkins for table runners and tablescapes. These, I don't know that they were ever used. A lot of the stuff that this lady had was never used. And I love these, but you could lay these out. There's 4 of them, I think. They're them. You could lay them out in a clover leaf, or however you wanted to. You don't have to use them as napkins. You could take
there's
these.
Still people setting formal tables.
You can take these fancy and sew them together and make yourself a nice little curtain for your kitchen or your bathroom or whatever. You can make pillows out of them, whatever. These ones are really well done, and I think there's two in this brand. These are kind of a cream colored one. Whoever did this,
those are nice.
This is counted cross stitch, you guys. See the X's? That is counted cross stitch. The same person did these, and I think they came from Germany. She spent a lot of time in Germany. These she liked. She used them a lot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Yeah, there's 5 of these. These might have been her everyday napkins. I really like these. And this is a combination. This is actual embroidery because you see the satin stitch there again. I like these. They're simple. They're nothing exciting. They were just a pulled thread hem. See how it's not hemmed, and they actually take longer to do that pulled hem than it does to hem them. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a set of 6 of these. I got all of these literally. They were 50 cents a set.
See, that's what we're saying is the stuff's so cheap, but there are people in different areas that'll pay up. They're not going to go sourcing. They're not going to go, running from garage sale to garage sale or old dusty house. They'll just sit online and buy stuff.
Tablecloth or tea towel to go with those. It's not even a tea towel. It's too big to be a tea towel. This would have been the same size, and it's got some stains in it. So I will either disclose that or I will wash it. I will not wash it. I'm not your girl. There's some
You're not
things
committing that hard.
There's some things that I will, but this stuff right here, you're not going to get any less. You really are not going to get any less for it, especially if you've got the matching napkins. People are going to buy this. This set right here really surprised me, and I showed it. No, maybe I didn't. I thought these were hankies, which is another thing you guys should be looking for, especially the hankies that have like states or destinations on them. Some of those you can get 40, 50, 60 bucks for. And I'll let
little kitties, puppies, the animal ones.
Counted cross stitch is not done only on Adidas cloth, Shelly. Counted cross stitch is done on every and anything.
Yes, Tracy.
All embroidery can be done on Adidas cloth, but counted cross stitch can be done on anything because you just either stamp the pattern onto the cloth, which is what a lot of people do, or a lot of people would just they would have a pattern to follow and not need the Adidas cloth. It just matters. And then sometimes people would put the Adidas cloth on the material itself. And then when they were done with the pattern, they would pull each piece of the Adidas cloth out. Kid you not. Do you know if the vintage GE waffle maker with reversible plates has Bakelite handles? Some of them do. It just depends on which one you have. Where somebody's going somewhere, if they are done on regular fabric, they usually aren't. That's not true, Shelly. So I'm just saying, because my mom and grandmother did all of this and were taught us and did the judging at all the local fairs around here, Clark County Fair, Cowlitz County Fair, even up to the state fair.
If anybody doesn't know what Ada cloth is, I found some of my crafts that weren't finished somewhere in the 80s. This was a picture frame I was working on. But the Ada cloth has the tight squares like this. So yes, I used to do this stuff. Somewhere in 1990, I'd say I didn't finish.
I was going to do this.
Oh, well.
And just to say, too, the Adidas cloth, which I didn't say it right. Wow, I need help. Again, you guys, when you go into the rooms that have sewing rooms, Shelly and I, the first estate sale that Shelly and I went together, and she knows how creating Happy Mondays is Shelly, you guys, and she lives in Vancouver.
Mommy can't find it. Oh, there's the one. You guys want to know where it was? It was literally
Sorry. But there was a bunch of, they had a sewing room there that had a bunch of stuff in it, didn't it, Shelly? She had stuffed animals, sewing machines, patterns. I've got so many patterns there and some vintage fabric and stuff like that. But even Shelly couldn't hang with me because I just take too long. It's not everybody else. It's me. I'm well aware of it. But she got some she got some really good stuff. She got some fragrances, and we had fun. I enjoyed. We got to do that again, Shelly. Anyway, this is almost done in the Battenberg lace style. But it's got, I don't even know if I can get it close and if I can show it to you. It is so intricate. But these were made in the People's Republic of China. They were never opened. They were never used. Let's see here. Hi, Lissa.
Hi.
There's the tag. Do you see how tiny that stitching is around? And then it also has, this is fabric underneath here, and it's just stitched on. And then this right here is embroidered.
It's applique.
And so there's, yes, applique. Thank you. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. And it's odd that there's only 5, but that's, unless I counted wrong. 1, 2, 3. No, there's 2 white ones, and there's. Am I losing it? 1, 2. There's 4. Counting the bottoms of them. Just gorgeous. And a lot of people don't like to use cloth napkins. That's all my mom uses, and she's got them in every fabric, and she's got matching. She's made all of her own. And
now,
that's what
I've actually sold napkins just recently because people making masks, like you said, they were just the perfect size, and you can get such pretty little patterns.
Yep,
I had a whole bunch of Vera Bradley napkins, and I couldn't get rid of those for nothing. But as soon as people were making masks, you put in there, material, crafting, boom, magic words. You can always do that with any of these older linens. Even if it's perfectly fine, if it's not like the greatest pattern, put it in crafting, material, People come up with all sorts of ideas.
Exactly, Shelly, right here, exactly. Shelly has a pretty good YouTube channel. You guys should go check it out. She does relaxation and stuffage like that we all need. All right.
I don't know what relaxation is.
Oh, you hush up. You just take your pain medicine and go lay down. She's not Sharon, Tracy. I want to show one more thing, and then we're going to do vintage fabric, and then we're going to be done. I know you guys see these. They're sets, and they come in the rest of this set. There's 7 of them. They're the days of the week. These ones are counted cross stitch and regular embroidery, and they are the kitchen tea towels. And a lot of them aren't. I don't know where she got these, but these are a large size. They're never this big. They're usually about half. These are huge. That is huge for these towels. They're usually nowhere near. These are the flour sack towels, if you want to get technical about them. That's what they made these out of. And then they started, doing this. But you will find them, this set right here. Of course, I can never get anything folded back on the same lines that they were so nicely folded before. This set right here is cats, and it's a different cat for each day of the week.
Oh.
These things sell. I will list this set for $100 because they're the larger size, and I have sold many of these before, and I will get it.
Those are precious.
This set right here is not embroidered. They're printed, and there's 7 of them. They're from, I would assume, Mexico. She never used them. They're still in the wrappers. I love it. And there's more in here. But the flour sack towel, here's one. Oh, wow.
Ooh. Love me some snowflakes.
That is embroidery.
Tracy uses towels like that, the flour sacks.
I do too. I love them. They are, especially if you're cleaning something that you don't want lint on. These are the best. You can get a cheaper, thinner version at Wally World or Target, which I buy them all the time because I also use them like cheesecloth. Oops. Yeah.
Actually, there's something you might find with linens, Noelle. The flour sacks. I've sold those before. And a long time ago, I didn't know how valuable they were, and I made somebody very happy at the flea market.
That's what these are made out of. But you will find flour sacks that actually have the other parts.
Yeah, flour printed on them or whatever, yeah. Because I found a whole box of them in some sewing stuff. Because obviously the woman was using them for material because that's what women did. And I just put them up for, I was like, oh, nobody's going to want these. This was a long time ago, guys. And I just put them out for $1 a piece. Oh, my God. This Amish woman went nuts. She was like, that's all you want? Well, if you want to give me more. She couldn't run off with those fast enough.
You'll see funny things like these. Here. Apparently Glee is on Netflix again.
Yay. For me, that's right up there with Cop Rock, if anybody remembers that.
Who knows? Okay, Lissa, you be quiet. Who in the chat knows what this is used for? Tracy, I bet you know. The best thing, just add butter and milk. Yep, the best thing to do, Carol, is to look them up so that you can see it, what the flour sacks look like. Anybody know what this is for? This goes in your basket, and you put your biscuits or your rolls in it, and then this goes over the top, or your serving bowl, whatever. And this goes over the top like so, and it keeps everything. It doesn't. You're such a Morris. It doesn't keep them warm like you think it would. Bread basket. That's right. Thank you, Sandy. So a lot of people look at this and they're like, what the heck? And what kind of lace is that? Come on, somebody tell me. We just talked about it.
It's a pop quiz. Does anybody remember?
Diaper. It's a diaper.
Honestly, Noelle, there are so many people that would not know what that was. I know because I'm in a heavy Amish German, community. And, you see that all the time.
That's right, Mike. It keeps the flies off your cornbread. This is Battenberg lace.
Yes, Sandy, you get a big gold star sticker.
You do. Okay. And then I have no clue where this came from. I should probably keep these, but I'm not gonna. Because why do you think I should keep these?
Oh, I don't know. Because you really like your oh, I could say so many words. Let Tracy go at it.
It's got chickens on it. Joe Tatting. Joe Kirst. Ooh, welcome in. I do not know. These came from China Art Embassy Company in Hong Kong. I do not know how old they are. They are quite a bit older. You can tell just by the style of these would be considered a cocktail napkin. They're very, you're not going to wipe anything off with this. This is just for show. And then these came with them, and these would go on the bottom of your wine glass. Ever seen anything?
There's another one very few people would know. I have some Cambridge that I had actually bought a long time ago, and it had those on it. Not that style, but it had some little lace ones. And the little old lady fussed so about it and said, you never want to have them down because it'll keep from getting chips and scratches.
Exactly. So Mike, Annie's going to share her sticker with you, and you guys can all shine bright like a diamond.
Yeah, I'm going to get some stickers and just bring them and put a little board with your names up, and we'll put stickers down for you. I would do that. I would.
Okay, let's talk about some vintage fabric. Do you have any with you?
Me? No. Okay. No.
A piece I'm going to show you that I bought during the pandemic because I was going to make masks out of it. I changed my mind after I got it. I paid a lot of money for it. Not what he was asking, but a lot. Because it is worth probably 3 times what I paid for it. Now, I paid $340 for this piece of fabric. You're going to go, what? Let's see if I can find. This was bought, it's 3 yards, it's 50 inches wide. It was purchased in December of 1989.
Oh, man.
The original receipt. You can't get this material at all, period. It is t-shirt material for the most part. I think that right here it actually has the date on it. Anyway, any guesses?
Oh, my stars. If anybody in this room doesn't know what that pattern is,
you can't purchase. There is no, they only let them, the Rolling Stones only released fabric. They only allowed this one printing from what I understand from my research on it. But I had so many people because I made, and let's see if I can open it and show you what, because I folded it like a tard. Just saying it. All right.
I would have hated to have been in a car with you trying to refold a map. Oh, my.
I would not have wanted to have made masks out of it after I got it and looked at it, just because it's such an awesome piece of material. And it's, I would have not been able to do, I would have wasted a lot of material getting, it's knit, it's t-shirt material, cotton, lycra. You could probably make leggings out of it. Yeah, you could absolutely make leggings out of it. Anyway, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it. Right now, it's mine, and I'm enjoying it. I don't want to lose that. But vintage fabric is, I got this at the same estate sale 2 weekends ago that I went to Friday. And this, I first thought it was a sheet.
No.
It is. It is not. It could be. It is. This is how you know what your fabrics are. They all are printed somewhere.
Yep.
J.P. Stevens and Company, Inc., Fuller Fabrics Division. Some of the newer fabrics will actually have the pattern, the number on them of what it is. This is really cool. I didn't really look at it. I just grabbed it. After a little while, and when I knew what they had, I got all of the funky kitchen towels, especially anything with tags. I got all of those yada yada napkin or paper pot holders. Look at, you know for a fact this has never been washed or used. And I would have to say there's a lot here. I'm going to guess there's at least 5 yards here. Easy. Now, what a lot of people will do when they get a big piece of fabric like this is they will cut it, especially if it's cotton. They will cut it into fat quarters, which is what a quilter will buy, or they will cut it into 1 yard pieces. I hate selling fabric in 1 yard pieces because you can't really make anything exciting out of 1 yard. You could make some pot holders, or you could make, this is not knit, this is cotton, but the Rolling Stones fabric is knit. It's t-shirt material, or you could do legging. It's got a little bit of stretch, not much. They weren't really using Lycra. They were just getting into doing that. Anyway, I'm not, there we go. IKEA fabric sells very well, extremely well. As a matter of fact, I have sold several pieces, especially the discontinued IKEA fabric. IKEA anything.
Yeah,
I
that's
have
what I was
made
going to
a
say.
lot of
Anything IKEA.
anything. You bought a bolt from their clearance and pieced it out? Absolutely. 100%. If you see IKEA sheets, at even IKEA stuffed animals, you'd be surprised. They have a following, and the IKEA lamps, their curtain rods, and people get a certain thing, and I'll tell you what, and a lot of the IKEA stuff that I sold went back to Sweden. So there's this kind of vintage fabric. And this stuff I am going to try to list tomorrow. Now, this is a sad story. And it's not about the lovely lady with 3 kids of her own. I went to this garage sale. Oh, it was an estate sale, I guess. And the parents were moving into a smaller house. The parents were there and the kids were there. And the kids had been trying to get the parents to get rid of this stuff. And the mom was a sewer. And they weren't going to move. She got to keep one sewing machine and a few things. And so I got there at the end of the sale, and they were like, nobody was interested in the stuff. And I started looking at it. And her son said, do you know anything about this? And so I just started talking, and he goes, I'll be right back. And he goes in the house and he gets his sister, and she comes, and they both came out with boxes, empty boxes in their hands. And they just started throwing all the sewing stuff in it. And they go, where are you parked at? We're going to donate all the stuff. They carried it out. Pretty soon here comes the mom, and she's got a big box full of thread and patterns and everything. And I'm just telling you. Anyway, so upholstery fabric. This isn't just any upholstery fabric, you guys. This is upholstery fabric for outdoor furniture. This stuff is freaking expensive. And here you go. It's got an original screen print by John Wolfe, a division of something copyright US Canada. It's on, I guess I have to get it this way. So there you go. And it'll have, this one has the, it might have more information further down, but that'll be printed. And so it's usually pretty easy. All of these pieces are big enough. What she was doing was making, this is 1 yard. And it's 60 inches wide. I'm almost sure of that.
Oh, yeah. Laura Ashley. Yeah. Really, it's any vintage fabrics. People, you know, you go into those rooms, these sewers, these quilters, you got to realize those particular patterns are only produced for, you know, maybe at the most a couple years.
Daisy Kingdom. Daisy Kingdom is no more. Do you guys remember the Daisy Kingdom dresses, the foo-foo-y dresses? That my nieces, here's another piece. This stuff isn't so much so vintage, but it's that outdoor stuff. Here's another piece. All of this is cotton damask. This would be good for a tablecloth, just like what we were looking at. This could be made into a tablecloth, and they will all have, somewhere here has got the name of who it was printed on them. These ones that have the names printed on them in this manner with the colors are, here's some more. This is the outdoor This stuff is expensive. They just gave it to me. This one, she already had cut for the pillows.
Free money.
Yep. Isn't that gorgeous? I actually may keep this one because I need new. I love this. I super duper love this. I love those collars. Look at this one too.
Oh my goodness.
So you want to hear the funny part about this? I was so overwhelmed this last year, and this has been sitting in a laundry basket on the floor in my right by the fireplace between my living room and dining room, and I literally took the whole damn thing out to the dumpster and threw it away. Now, normally when I do stupid stuff like that and Marie finds out, I get my you-know-what chewed.
Oh my
However,
gosh.
I try to do that on Tuesday morning, like an hour before the garbage truck comes so that I'm not tempted to go back out and get it. But this was like few days. Anyway, it had been in the dumpster. I just threw the whole thing in there straight down. So, I mean, it didn't like dump out or anything. And I came back in the house and I was like so happy that was gone. And then I was looking at it and I was just thinking, I just threw like $400 worth of fabric away. And I went back out to the dumpster and I dumpster dove in my own dumpster and I got it back out.
Lana was saying about measurements. She says that they scare her. When it comes to like your folded things, you don't have to lay the whole thing out and measure it. Just, fold it into a quarter and then, double it. And
sometimes you can do that. And with fabric, you can. Fabric comes in different widths. It'll come in 25, 27, 45, and 60. And that's the width. That's not the length. The length is going to be the yard. So that piece that I held up, what's that? No, I'm good. Thank you. Usually when you're doing upholstery fabric like this, it's a 60 inches. Like I just whipped my thing out. So this is the width, but it's doubled. Okay. So that you don't need to do anything with. This is, boop, 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 boop. This is 27 inches, 27 and a half. So most people would call this 30 inches which would be 60 because it's just like doing a flat lay on the waistband of pants, right? Or your shirts. And then this is how I can tell in my mind. You still want to measure it. A yard is 36 inches. Wow. Did I know
3
that?
feet. A yard is 3 feet, 36 inches.
Most people, from the tip of your nose to your outstretched hand, like this, that is usually darn close to a yard. You may be a couple of inches off. There's a yard and a quarter here. Maybe a yard. Yeah, there's probably a yard and a quarter here of fabric. So that would be lengthwise. Yeah, there absolutely is a yard and a quarter here. And I just learned that. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to the chat. I'm horrible at that. So if you're somewhere shopping and you know, a estate sale or whatever, and you see these pieces of fabric and you want to have an idea, that's what I do. Because that's how my mom always did it. She would always like this, and it's darn close. If you're tiny, Lissa's quite a bit tinier than us, so it might not be quite, but she knows once you start, you know, figure it out, lay a piece out and measure it with your arms like that and see, and you'll get an idea. But that's roughly how I do it to figure out a piece of yardage. Hey, Sal, congratulations on your new house.
Ooh, someone got a new house?
Yeah, Sal's been saving and working and working and working. Not twerking, working. Just
well, twerking is working.
Well, it's definitely a form. Okay, this is the end. When we're done, I'm not showing you everything in this tub, but I have a couple. This is all vintage fabric that I got from the estate sale. Cameron went there with me. It was the gal that did all the toll painting. Her daughter and grandson went down into the basement and got a bunch of her fabric and brought it up to me, and I got first dibs on it. And I think I showed a bunch of it, but I didn't really have time to go through and look at everything. And when I tell you guys to get little teeny tiny pieces of fabric, I mean little teeny tiny pieces of fabric, because things can be made out of this. This has just Goofy on it. These are the leftovers of these
Now,
pieces.
Noelle, back in the day when I was doing crafts and stuff, before I had to make bills, I would take little scraps like that and put them together in a crazy quilt. Now, I don't know how many people in the room know what a crazy quilt is.
Look at you guys.
It's just scraps all stitched together.
I will get $25 for this. And it has Walt Disney Productions on it. I will get $25 for this piece, which is doubled. This is 2 layers. And these little pieces, because this is super vintage and probably nobody else has it out there. Good night, Sandy. Thank you so much for coming. And then, I was hoping I could pick one out real quick. I know there's some Daisy Kingdom in here. I don't know if this is Daisy Kingdom or not. I don't think so. Anybody familiar with Daisy Kingdom? The big foofy dresses. You know what? You guys, vintage Disney baby I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do this. That didn't do it. Which one do I want? This one? Nope, I want this one. There we go. All right. I shoved my keyboard underneath my computer. Okay.
Well, gee, Noelle, I saw your search was Chinese jacket. I got a blue silk one from the 20s in my closet right behind me.
I haven't looked at any Chinese jackets unless we just saw them when we were looking at
it
things.
was on it was on the thing.
Do you guys see these? Do you guys remember these? These aren't just Daisy. These are Daisy Kingdom. I have a bunch of these too. Marie actually brought me a bunch of these. These are cutouts to make pillows, and they obviously have a lot of these ones here, but Daisy Kingdom is all of this foo-foo-y stuff, and you'll see all these, they have very distinctive prints, and the reason that they have very distinctive prints, and here's a fabric panel for Raggedy Andy, but these things right here, but hang on, I should be looking at, would you use Crazy Quilt in scrap listings? Absolutely.
Yes. I was waiting to answer that. I didn't want to talk over you. But yeah,
no,
if you have a box of just little scraps, I would always use that for crafting Crazy Quilt.
I don't want dress patterns. I want the little girls' poofy dresses. I want to. Oh, this is going to make me mad. What is this? Daisy Kingdom dress. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Vintage
You're
Daisy.
welcome,
All right. These have the patterns. Look at you guys. I know this is the asking price, but just keep that in mind. Let's see if anybody actually has a dress on here like it said they were. My nieces wore these. My sister sewed. We all sew. And so this is irritating me, but let's see if I was hoping that they would have that. Let's go look at the solds, see what they have there.
Yeah, hit up the clothing category on the left, because that's still pulling up comps for
there we go. Thank you.
craft.
You guys see these dresses? See these prices? Burn this into your brains. Because Daisy, here, this is exactly right here. My sister made these freaking dresses for my nieces. I bet all of these. And those patterns and the fabrics that you're seeing, this is exactly. They were made, the panels were made with that print on them that you would cut them out, and then you had these foofy dresses. And back in, let's see, Justin is 35. My niece Aaliyah graduated, is 3 years older than him. So
no, that was the early 80s.
Yeah. No, because Justin was born in 86. Daisy Kingdom became really super popular for the little girls in the 90s, and they would have tea parties. Real honest to God tea parties.
The American Girl. The American Girl stuff.
No, this is Daisy Kingdom.
No, but I'm saying it's that same style that was all popular at that time. The original American Girl, when it came out, they made dresses that you could dress like your doll. And it was that kind of poofy thing.
American Girl is really big. Daisy Kingdom is no more. They don't make these fabrics. They don't do this anymore. This is like discontinued, gone away. That's why this is American Girl. American Girl is still big, and you can buy it.
Oh, I know. I've got a stack of American Girl stuff downstairs. I've got all the magazines, the catalogs from the early 90s and that.
So, mid-century modern chairs with decent faux leather backs, but the seats were made of crappy fabric. Absolutely, find some fabric. And you know, Michelle, anyway, so there's your Daisy Kingdom, you guys. I mean, I know I have some pieces of it. Let's get this off of here. Let's go back to here. Hello.
I don't need to be big. I'm big enough.
You're big. You're just the same size as me, Missy. So the last thing I'm going to end up with, and we may start with when we do the quilts, is at this same place, the artist's house, we'll call her, that I got. She did all the toll painting, and I got a bunch of that. You're going to hit the hay. Thanks a lot, Shelly. Have a great rest of your week. Are you going
Thank
to
you
keep
for coming?
They're super easy to recover, Michelle. Super easy. I had to find all the pieces to put this together, but this is Dick and Jane books, the Dick and Jane books from the early 70s. This is she already started it, but this is a Dick and Jane quilt.
Oh my.
And she already started it, but I had to dig through all the boxes, and I found all of the pieces, and it is all here, and it is worth some money. I probably should get it listed along with the 25 other million, 100,000 things. You can do it, Michelle. I know you can do it. It is much easier than a lot of people think it is to recover stuff. I have faith in you. I love mid-century modern, the Danish furniture, the Eames style. Oh man.
I got an original coffee table upstairs.
As a matter of fact, and I should have commented, and I may go back, Kevin, Commonwealth Picker, he put out a video, couple of, I don't know, sometime who knows? Spider. Not anymore.
No kill zone. No kill zone.
They can live all they want outside my house, but they do not belong in my house, and I am not going to capture them and take them outside because they're just going to come back in. So that's my take on it. And if you don't like it, it's just how it is. If they're in my house, they don't belong in here. I don't like their spider webs, and I don't like them in the house. And there's 12 million of them and one of me. You know, it's just how it is. Now I forgot what I was talking about because that's always what happens.
Shiny.
Well, Kevin went to these estate sales and garage sales, and he went to this one, and he wasn't sure if it was a sale because they had signs up, but there was nothing out in the yard. And so he asked, had his dad with him, but his dad was out in the truck or the whatever he was driving. And they looked through everything, and then she said, there's more stuff out in the shed. And she goes, but the shed probably smells like cat piss. And Kevin, I was laughing so hard because I've been there. So he's going out to the shed. The shed was really freaking a cool old shed, but there was a hole in the bottom of the door. So he goes, yep, there's a cat door. Anyway, he and his dad get in there, and he's looking at stuff, and he focused on the trifold lawn chairs that had the lawn chairs that had the plastic tubing kind, not the webbing. So those can bring about $100 a piece if they're in good shape. He pulled it out while he's focusing on it. On the right hand side is an Eames matte stainless steel chair with the leather, and I'm just like freaking the F out. Neither one of them saw it nor paid any attention to it. It was dusty and it was dirty, and I was like, oh my God, that's like $700 right there. Dusty, dirty, just like you got it. I was just like, and who cares if it smelled like cat piss? But that in there lies the tale of this series. If you don't know, you're not going to look at it.
Yep.
Yes, the licorice chairs that pinch your butt, Annie. Exactly. Anyway, I was just like, so, we all have something to learn from each other. And if you think you know it all, Tracy, you be quiet.
Yeah, I was going to say, Tracy does.
If you think you know $700, I know. I'm just joking.
There's sprays for that, Mike. There's things that can be done.
I'll tell you what, the leather on that can be replaced in a hot freaking second. On those pieces, that the style of chair that leather can be replaced. Anyway, so and it just goes to show, and I see stuff here and there every once in a while that I'm not sure of. I don't know, but we all have a computer in our hand
now. Yeah.
And we all have access to, if you don't have service because you're in a basement or you're in an attic or you're in an area where there's no service, take picture. I did this. I was clear up at an estate up by Mount St. Helens, and there was a couple of things I was super interested in, but I wasn't sure. I took pictures of them. I drove 20 miles away, and I looked them up as soon as I got service, and then I called the guy that was running the estate. What are you doing, Dren?
I'm not going to lie. I've done that too.
And I went back.
There's some stores that actually,
Hi, Turtle Trader.
Jam signals. So I'll take the pictures, walk out into the parking lot and look the stuff up and then go back in the store. Clothesman is really good about that. You just sold a set
of those lawn chairs for nothing, $30, but they had to go. That's okay. You got to do what you got to do. But you still got some money out of them.
Profit is profit. Sales are sales.
I mean, I don't think you're going to ruin the market on those chairs. They're hard to find, but people, and it may very well have been another reseller bought them, resold them. Who knows? But not every sale is going to be the perfect sale. But I do try really hard to not tank any of the vintage markets on things. That's just me. And a lot of people feel that way, and a lot of people just don't care. And that's, that's what makes us all unique people.
Turn and burn or patient hen,
By the way, Lissa, you look really gorgeous tonight, I have to say. Look at you.
Really? My hair was being ill-behaved, but thank you.
You look very nice tonight. Siri just gave me the info for Trader Joe's. Ooh, oh, watch out.
There may be a time in the future where I actually dress all the way down to my feet. Been a while. Zoom call, beauty from the waist up. Pajama pants rocking in the bottoms. It's still 2020 to me.
I told Danica the other day, I said, my hair is so fine. Like, look this is my ponytail, you guys. That's it. That's my ponytail. That's sad. So I was trying to I can't do my hair like yours because it just goes, because it is so fine. I have
mine's
a lot
really
of hair.
fine, but I learned to master hairspray and
no,
thickeners
your hair
a long
is not
time ago.
fine like mine is because look at is your ponytail that tiny?
I'll share photos at another time.
Whatever.
Tracy says, why would I have pants on? It's hot as balls. Right now, it is 65 or below outside. It's delicious. Oh, it's so lovely.
Aquanet.
No, Aquanet stunk. It was Bold Hold.
Aquanet is
hot pink and white bottle, Bold Hold 80s hairspray.
The old Aquanet bottles, you guys keep your eyes open for those. Those puppies sell too.
Yep.
Yes, they do.
Oh, I know. I kept a bunch of my old Bold Hold empty bottles. They're out in my vanity, and if I wanted to make money, I can go right out there.
I wouldn't even know how to use a fake ponytail or the fake hair or any of that, Michelle. But yes, I know you can buy them because I have a bunch of them for sale. That not my hair color though, unfortunately. Did Lissa say balls are delicious?
Oh my God. Everybody dishes it to her when her and Tommy are in a show. So then she's got to go hunt somebody down and throw it.
You want to say hi to everybody?
Hi.
Thanks, Tracy. Yeah, Chef's salty balls are really great. Salty chocolate balls.
We're having salty potato chips. Did you want to tell Danica and Tracy and Lissa and everybody? Annie is in here.
Hi.
Gina is in here. She's what'd you do?
I got salt in my eye.
Got salt in his eye from the potato chips. Now you know there's going to have to be a warning on the potato chip bag.
Oh, Tracy, it's fine. We're just messing.
I have a question. If you send a complaint to a company, do they ship you some free products of theirs? I don't know.
What do you think, guys? Ask him. He's got to finish chewing his...
Only if your complaint is genuine and they really did something wrong or something, I was going to use too big a word, but if something was wrong or happened...
Too big for him.
Egregious?
Egregious.
Yeah. I can verbally beat down a child with one word.
Nope, I can guarantee you he's going to go right to his Google Echo Dot, whatever the heck it is that Danica sent him. He's probably going to go ask it what it means.
Smart little boy. Sort of like me. How many 8-year-olds ask for a thesaurus for Christmas? Thank goodness my grandmother was a school teacher.
Tracy gets free ice cream coupons from Ben & Jerry's when they discontinued my flavor. Oh, man. Do you know what they got discontinued when I was pregnant that I wanted so bad? The Doritos taco flavored chips.
And there's a whole nother collectible market, buying products.
Oh, yeah, heck yeah. And then they brought them back for like a month. I was like a month away from having my youngest son, and my friends that own the store up there, she calls me and she goes, come up here, I have something for you. She had a whole freaking box from the Frito-Lay guy of those chips for me. And then I got so sick on them. And then I was like, oh, they sounded so good on my trip home from Montana before I found out I had chemo. I went into this little store. I got gas and I went into this little store to get something to drink and eat. And they had the personal size bags. I'd not seen them anywhere. So I bought like 2 of them, and then they didn't have them for forever. And now it's like every 10 years or something. I don't know. But those were probably my favorite. I don't eat. We'll eat potato chips and sometimes tortilla chips, but that's about it. They sell them now. Yeah, I saw them the other day. If
Mr. Evil comes back out with the black bean puffy chips, they're kind of like rice cakes, but they're flat, and the brand is called Lesser Evil.
Oh
my! I bought those things, every bag I could get at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. I mean, nobody who has drug problems. This isn't anything like that, but oh my God, this stuff was crap. I couldn't stop eating them. I couldn't. I love those. And if I could find some, it's like that. I think that the company only does limited runs or something. I would give just about anything to have those darn things.
Well, did you look on eBay to see if anybody had any?
I haven't looked in a long time because I gave up, but yeah. Oh, it's been a few years, but
should write the company and see what the hell's going on with those. That you're
all they make is this Himalayan salt stuff now.
Nationwide protest and something whatever.
I don't know that many hippies that can get on board with me. Black bean chips.
They're good. You're just cringing because.
And Game Master's being punny.
He always is. When I moved my mom here, I was in charge of cleaning out her house, and I sold so much awesome stuff at a yard sale cheap. She had so much vintage fabric, just tons. Yeah, we all learned the hard way on a lot of that stuff too, Carol, but you also have to think of where would you have put it? You were getting your mom out of a situation and bringing her to your house, so don't be so hard on yourself.
We can only do what we can do with the space we've got.
I had some homemade salsa earlier that was so good, I would eat a shoe. I make my own salsa, and I am finally out. But my green salsa that I make, I love it. Oh man,
everybody's making me hungry now.
The last 2 jars of it, I told everybody if they touched it or gave it to anybody, I would kill them. Because I grow my own stuff and I use my own stuff to make my own salsa. And so I'm super ass picky about it because I don't want anybody's chemicals and shit on it, in it, around it.
I don't have a bins, Lana.
I do. I haven't been for a long time for a reason. I'm trying to, through my channel, show people, because when I go to estate sales, I try to only go to one, and then I go to that one on Friday, and then I will go back on Sunday, because I'm trying to teach people that anything and everything that you could want, you can find at an estate sale if you process it correctly, not just walking around with your hands in your pockets and
Oh, there's money left on the last day. I mean, you can have 100 resellers. I mean, look at the reseller rally examples. They were all over Cincinnati, and yet
go watch. Ayanna, do you lurk in my haul videos? Have you seen any of my estate sale haul videos? They're long. I know they're long. But the last 2 that I did were from the same estate sale, and I didn't even show everything I got. The first one was 5 hours, and the second one was 3 hours. I think I showed everything I got the second time around, but the first time around, I didn't even show any of these linens that I got. None of them. And I have 2 boxes of Christmas stuff I didn't show, and I have a whole box of vintage paper plates and napkins and stuff that I didn't show. Driving past Taco Bell. Oh, I want some of those cinnamon thingies with the cream in the middle. Thanks, Krillin.
Yeah, really? Krillin disguised as Danica.
Yeah, I make videos. Okay. I will be doing videos of me going into estate sales and sourcing as soon as I remember to ask my son to bring me back my GoPro 5 that I gave him when I bought my brand new GoPro, which got stolen out of my car a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I hope you guys do something with that fella.
Because I cannot film with my phone. I have to have 2 hands. I can't. I refuse. I can't do it. I actually, at the last estate sale, I tried to film, and I couldn't do it. I was picking stuff up, and I mean, it's just, yeah. Thank you so much. So, I'm trying to show people that and it's not just saying that people don't go and look, but you've drove somewhere for a reason. And you can go into one place and get a whole house, a lifetime of stuff that you're picking and choosing on shelves what somebody else hasn't gone through, what may or may not have been given away. And, you know, I mean, there are just so many different, and I go to estate sales with lots of different people. Marie Perlette, I think she might still be here. She has her grandkids a lot. But she usually just kind of lurks unless she needs to yell at me for something. And her husband, Justin, and Shelly, Creating Happy Mondays, she was in here earlier, and Cameron, Gravity Goods. Hoping, did you send the nerds? Oh, crap. No, I'm going to send it tomorrow. I took pictures all day today. You would be so proud of me, Mike. I will send that out tomorrow. I'm going to go wrap it up when we're done here so I don't forget it. I'm sending Mike a nerd package. Yes, I am.
Oh, I could have too much fun with that.
You've been running into some really rude fellow resellers, and it's so frustrating. Fuck them.
Oh, it can be pretty cutthroat. I can tell you from our estate sales around here, the jewelry people.
We'll talk about this later.
Oh, they'll stab you so fast. And I'm little, so I get shoved. I mean, grown people shoving like it's kindergarten playground. I mean, it's dog eat dog. There's some ugliness comes out with some resellers.
I've only had 2 really bad encounters in all of my time reselling, and the worst one. Okay, what are you gonna buy? What are you gonna buy? Don't buy something from me. I just sell crap. Oh, wait a minute! Once it's listed, it's treasure.
Yes. Yeah, somebody go buy something from me.
I had a really bad experience. Oh, I didn't. But the guy that was being an ass, I think I told it in one of my haul videos. It was the one where I got all the Furbies and other stuff. Cha-ching.
Oh, yeah. If that's the worst you've had, Noelle, that Furby guy, his rudeness, you ain't seen nothing.
No, that Furby guy was just part of that sale. That Furby guy was nothing. It was the 2 old dudes. I gotta be careful. They were there both days, and then he called back and let the gal have it and said she was the worst estate seller he'd ever been to. And it was the granddaughters of the lady, the granddaughters and the grandson of the lady that owned the house. There was a family run, and he was an ass to them. And I paid the kids and I paid all of them to help me bring stuff out to my car because my knee was hurting so bad. And I would have paid them anyway. They were just doing it because they were doing it. And I was like, he had them wrap and pack like 600 figurines and teacups and stuff. And he was such an ass to them. Now I see where Dren got it from. I never realized I did that.
Yeah, Gina, I could never. But I could see where that would definitely take people off guard.
Yell what the fuck real loud if someone is being an ass, or I just get in their face. I was downstairs in the basement. This older guy and his partner. They were both old. I would say they were in their late 60s, early 70s. They were my mom's 78, so they were around that age. This guy was so heavy. I don't even know how he made it down the stairs because they were like this. I kid you not. And I was looking at all of the vintage, dairy stuff and whatnot. And I was like right here in the corner of the wall, and they had a ledge and everything. And I reached up to grab something, and he says from behind me, "I'm buying that." And I turned around and looked at it, and I go, "I don't think so, because my hand is on it. My ass is standing here, and you're not." I said, "But you got the whole basement that's not right in front of you. Go for it, buddy." And that was the be-all, end-all of it. And he was so pissed at me, and he went upstairs, whined and cried like a 2-year-old about how nasty I was. And I was just like, dude, first come, first serve. I was here. I said, I just had the gal down here talking to me about prices and stuff. So I don't know. I wanted to tell him, I don't know what the fuck you're smoking. But walk away, and he was mad at me. And the next day he came back, and he didn't have a mask on, and they told him he needed to leave. And he was like, "Does somebody have a mask?" And he asked my friend Renee if she had a mask. They asked if she had a mask, and she said she had some out in her van. And then when she found out it was for him, she said no, she wasn't going to give him a mask. Because
I'm just wondering if everybody else in the room is just imagining being at that estate sale and having Noel flip out, and that's going on right in front of you.
There wasn't very many people down in the basement. But he was nasty to the girls upstairs after that. And I was just like, I don't deal well with people that are nasty like that. Lots of times I'm quiet. I know it's hard to believe. I keep to myself, or I talk to you can tell when people want to talk to you.
Right, Carol?
I know you guys are not going to believe this. I'm a chitty chatty kind of person. I like to have a conversation with people. My mom told me I would talk to anybody, and she was scared to death that if I was left alone as a kid, somebody would steal me, because I would talk to anybody.
Yep, that was me too.
But when somebody's going to be a rude asshole, male or female, they have messed with the wrong person when they try to do it to me. And when they're rude to other people, older people, younger people, you don't walk into an estate sale and be nasty to the grandkids and the kids of whoever has passed away. And they're just trying to, no. Oh, you probably would have, because Renee, my friend, she was just like, she couldn't believe it. She heard it, so she knew it was true.
Look at Turtle said.
What did Turtle say? I don't know. Did I miss
Gas
it?
warfare and BO work to keep people away. I do like Mike's Invisible Friend one. I could pull that one off.
I've had someone shove my cart down a Goodwill aisle because I took something they wanted.
Been there.
Wow. I got one better for you. At the Goodwill bins, there was this guy, Justin. Where was Justin? I don't know if he was there with me or if he was clear at the other end of the bins. I was on one side of the bins, and these two guys were on the other side. They weren't together, and this was before pandemic or anything. And they had just brought them out, and the masses had gone through, and I was on one side, and this guy was on. So I was in one bin, because you have a bin and then a bin, right? So there's two bins. They're clear over on the other side, and this guy is like hurling stuff from his bin clear over to me, and he's hitting me with shit. Now the problem was for him was that the supervisor's office was like right there. I could see the glass window where they could see out, and the cashiers were right there. The bigger problem for him was that the guy that was the supervisor that ran the place, I used to babysit him and his brothers when they were kids.
Nice.
Oh yeah, not that it would have mattered any, because and I looked up at the guy and I go, could you please not throw that stuff over here? I said, I'm looking through this bin and you're hitting me with stuff. And the guy standing next to him looks at me and he goes like this, like he was watching him. And so the guy just literally looks at me, and he looks down and he starts throwing it like this again. And I looked up at him and I go, did you not hear me? And the guy standing next to him like took 2 steps to the side further away. And I go, I asked you politely, do you have a fucking problem?
So you just needed to be taking off some big gold hoops and your rings.
I left my cart right there, and I walked right over to the cashier, and I told her what was happening. And that guy started to move so that he wouldn't be so easily found. She went right into the supervisor's office. They pulled the tapes. 3 guys came and escorted his ass right out of the Goodwill bins. I was just like, I wasn't even doing anything. I mean, if I'd have been being a butt or something, caution just used for emergency use only. Did you seriously buy something, or did you just make me an offer? This is what happens when somebody bought something.
Nobody bought none for me.
Did you buy the Sonic shit? Dynasonic toothbrush thingy, Mike? I'm gonna find out real quick. I'm gonna look at the shipping. Mike Harris.
Nobody bought me nothing.
Somebody else. Thank you very much, Mike. Oh, wow. I just got a message from Heather Brown. Anybody know who that is?
Oh, yes, I do.
Do you?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Who do you? Who
it's somebody's spouse.
It is.
Yes.
Anybody else?
Well, I hope it's a good message.
I left her a message. I said, I'm so happy for you and Kevin, Heather, chapter 1 of your new book, because Kevin quit his job. He's not going to teach anymore.
I heard that today.
And she said, thank you so much, Noelle. We are ready to write a good one. I just love those two. Commonwealth Picker and his wife, Heather Blue. A lot of people don't know what her name is, and I think they keep it that way for a reason. Blue Ridge Mama is what she is commonly known as. Stalker.
Yeah, not a stalker, Tina.
Annie, I did not list all the Furbies. However, you will be proud of me. I'm proud of me. I spent 2 hours today identifying a lot of them. And I have to test all of them with batteries, and I have to brush their hair and clean them up, because I found a couple of like monster highs. The Furby people are,
very particular.
So I did a lot of research and stuff. What I did do today, though, is I did 30. I have 30 drafts, most of them with pictures in them, and most of them done other than doing the comps and putting the price on them, of all the vintage t-shirts and stuff that I got the last 2 weeks that I showed you guys.
You have got a chore on hand with the stuff you've been hauling.
I freaking hate doing clothing, and I am so proud of myself for that. But I'll be up the rest of the
Hawaiian
night.
shirt still ain't been listed.
Oh, I got 40 more of those upstairs.
Lana, Kevin quit his job because this is the time of year when they renew contracts for the fall.
Nope. If you didn't watch the whole video,
no, I haven't watched it, but I just know our teachers.
He did it in February. He filled out the paperwork in February for it.
Really?
Yeah, because that's when you have to put your notice of intent in whether you're going to come back or not come back, because they need to have time to find.
Yeah.
It takes a while, especially in some of the states that don't pay well. You have to recruit, and you have to recruit from other states.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no, I remember it was in April or March of 2020 that he was joking that, Blue Ridge Mama said when he gets 20,000 subscribers, he can quit his job. He joked. He was like, oh, well, we know that's never going to happen or anything. We knew it was just a matter of time.
I can't use your man. You're no fun. No fun at all. Anyway, so amazing video. You watched it today. Which one?
I think she means Kevin's.
Oh, Kevin's video. Oh, emergency use only. That would be the 69 buck spray. Yep.
Buck in
anyway,
a rut.
All right, you guys. It's 10 o'clock. I got.
Says you. It's 3 a.m. No, I'm kidding. No, it's 1.
It's 1. I know. I'm super happy for them. And I don't think I think they're going to be great. I mean, just like Pete's wife is starting to come in and learn some of the business. And I don't really think that he talked about it a little bit the other night. What if something happens to him? He doesn't have Adrian there anymore. I know that, he's got some great employees who could do a lot of it, but still the same. The thing is that she is his significant other. And so she's starting to come in, and Tracy and Danica said that she, and I've watched Pete since he started. And she just seems like, well, he's a cool guy. You know what I mean? Why? It's just what it is. So, and I see a lot more resellers bringing their wives or their partner, whatever, husbands, whoever, significant other, in to work with them. And that's great, because
I think it'd be fabulous to have something like that. I mean,
yeah, but
really.
not everybody's significant other is into it, so that's an issue too.
And some people don't have one.
Yeah. Some people don't want one.
Ohio, Lana. Oh, Lana wanted to know where I was from.
Oh. Anyway, so I don't understand those. I hate listing clothes, but guess what? I'll do it for vintage clothes because they're worth the time.
That's pretty much I'll do vintage. But I can't do these, t-shirt for $10 or anything. I hate clothes. I hate measuring. I hate how picky people are.
My very last picture is 2 measuring tapes, one from here down and one from across. That's it. I'm not putting any measurements in. And if somebody sends me a message and asks me for the measurements, I'm going to block them.
Mike,
don't be sending me messages asking for measurements, because I don't want to have to block you, buddy. My future ex isn't going anywhere near my business. She's as helpful as a windshield wiper on a goat's ass. That's a loss. That's awesome. Oh, anyway. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with Lissa and myself. And
I hope we imparted some knowledge. At least
yes, I hope.
And some bolos.
Carl, are you still here? Or did you die a while back? He's in Canada. I want you to send me some pictures of what cool stuff you pick up. Let's see, Carol, my best friend just moved a couple of weeks ago. I want to go visit sometime soon and go thrifting in the dry heat. Are you going to bed?
Yeah.
All right, I love you.
Love you.
See you in
Good
the
night,
morning.
Dren.
Night.
You got a night.
Night, Emmy.
No measurements for you. No soup for you. No measurements for you.
Oh,
Okay. Do you guys remember the Apple all-in-one computer that sat here beside me for months? Like you would always see it right over here because I had my camera over here. I finally
Vaguely.
listed it, right? It's been listed for a month now, I think. And I put in there that it turns on. As far as I know, I'm not an Apple person. It's from like 2005 or something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, I showed it turned on. I said, I do not know how to operate it. I am fairly certain it works beyond this because I know where it came from. I mean, it came from a family friend. But I was just like, this is all I can get it to do. So I'm selling it for parts or repair only because of that. And I have the original keyboard and the original mouse and everything. This guy from India, I have no problems with, messages me today. Do you know if this works and how much would it cost to ship to India? And I said to him,
no. No.
I said, if you read the description, you would see that it turns on, but that's all I know. And I said, it's going to cost a lot to send it to India. I wanted to say it's going to cost $5,000 to send it to India. But I didn't. And I said, but I do ship internationally. I said, there is no way I can tell you what it's going to cost to ship to India until you give me an address. And then I can tell you what the exact total cost would be. But I am telling you right now that all I know is that it turns on. And he never answered me back. I mean, really?
We all have those days where it's, why do I even bother to write anything? Here's a picture. Guess what you think.
Yes, Annie, would you and Carol get together, for crying out loud? I'm trying to hook the two of you up. And Gina needs to come out and hang out with me, but she needs some dry heat, so I'll forgive her if she goes to see you guys first.
Hey, Nanny,
Yeah.
would you mind getting a little quiet? Because I'm gonna.
We're going to bed. I'm getting off of here too. Yep.
Love you.
Emily's
Bye.
next door and she's got to get to sleep because she has school in the morning. So anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for coming in. Annie and Carol hook up, and it doesn't happen if there isn't a video.
Well, thank you all for coming. We really appreciate those who have stuck with us this whole time, and hope you found something beneficial. And
I don't normally say this but this is going to be the second time I said it in this video. I don't think you guys ever hear me say this. Like, comment, subscribe, and share, because I'm almost to 1,000.
well, we'll give you a pass since you've never, ever asked.
Because I'm pretty sure none of you guys are subscribed to me. Just saying.
I am.
I was being sarcastic.
I know. All right.
All right, you guys. I love you. Have a great rest of the week. And hopefully I'll see you Sunday night. Bye.
Bye, everybody.